What's up, gamers? How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Actually, sit up. I am extremely tired. Yeah, we'll see how long I stream for today. Got a grand total of like 30 minutes of sleep. Yeah. Not fantastic. So, we'll see. But, how's everybody doing? Get started in just a second. We're going to be finally working on some new 1.0 features. Now that Next Fest has been going for a couple days and stuff. I haven't really noticed anyone having issues, as far as I can tell. It's been some very minor issues people ran into, but it's always like someone's computer is broken. Like, I dive into it and I'm like, you know, what seems to be the problem here? And then they're like, oh yeah, my computer is just broken and it happens on every game I play. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. So, it seems like everything's been fine then. Definitely far fewer bugs than Starground, that's for sure. But yeah, we're gonna work on a bunch of new things, so we're gonna do... excuse me. We're gonna do... we need to... There's like some big design problems that we need to address for 1.0, I think, so that's gonna be kind of the plan. One of the things that we've talked about before and stuff that really does need to be addressed is the fact that earlier fish kind of start to become useless just because their value doesn't scale as you get deeper into the game. So you have all these crazy end game fish and there's no reason to ever go anywhere other than the final place ever again. So it's kind of just like, what's the point? So we got to figure out how to fix that. Seems like a simple thing, but it's complicated. So we'll see what to do about that. Probably be some form of research, I think, would be the best, just so there's like more use for research. Do want to start adding in more ascension. Got a couple different things planned out for that, so I think also, like, as we do more research, that opens us up for more ascension at the same time, so we got options. But yeah, I suppose. Ugh, tired. Go ahead and jump into it now. Okay. I also wanted, before we like really get into things, check if there's more comments and stuff. My shorts have been going pretty crazy apparently. Hey, Woolbed, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, this video is doing okay. Pretty good. What else we got going on here? This one short here did extremely well. It's starting to build up pretty quick. You can see it's got that crazy exponential. See what happens with it. I need to go through and reply to all the comments and stuff. Anyways. Certain small fish can become bait for previous areas. I mean, yeah, that's like an option. There's a lot of ways we could go about it. Like, I don't know. Right? It's hard to say. Like, I can make fish from other zones bait. So that is like a possibility. But I want them to also be able to be displayed passively in tanks and still like be relevant, you know? So this is something we need to figure out. And I think like we have really two routes to go about it. Like either like a research or an ascension or something that increases like the level or value of your older fish from other zones. I think something like that would theoretically be possible. So, but say Top Dog Ham, welcome in. How's it going? But yeah, if anyone's got ideas and stuff, throw them my way, right? So we got that like design issue that we need to work toward fixing, and then we've also got the fact that decorations are kind of useless too. That one I think is going to be a lot easier to solve. There's a lot of ways we could go about that. I did actually ask this question on a short, and I'm curious to see like what people have said back. We can go look really quick. There's a big problem. Let's see. It's being look pretty samey because they all contain fish from the same area. Yeah, see, this is like one of the problems is I don't want all your tanks to just look the same, because that's lame. Yeah, we need to, that's the big thing, is like figuring out how do we make fish stay relevant, but in a way that still makes the new fish worthwhile to go catch. Because here's the problem with this system is I don't want to make it where it's like the new fish become pointless because you might as well just go and catch the earlier fish. So we need to somehow figure out like keep the new fish still worthwhile and relevant and the old fish. You know, it's hard. So we're gonna have to figure it out. And we could do some kind of like leveling up system. I know like some games do that. For example, Dixium does that, where like the more you go to a certain place and get stuff, you're like the zone levels up. That is a possibility, but yeah, I saw that of course because I see all the shorts. Let's go. Fishing minigame. I've done those. Man. Variants of the same fish or mutations. Yeah. We already kind of got that a little bit. Like, oh, there's like the other variation of the goldfish. I want to do all the variations of the fish just in the form of a different fish, I think. So, achievements. We will definitely do achievements as well. Initially, I was gonna like bake in a system for achievements, but you know, I think I might hold that off until after release and I actually start working on mobile. Because I've thought about it more, and like the only platform our own achievement system would matter for is for the web build. But web build, I'm probably gonna not export the web anymore. It's just too much of a headache trying to work everything around web because there's a lot of limitations with the web renderer and stuff. And then for mobile, there's like the Game Center stuff for Apple, so there's kind of not really a reason to do it there either. So it seems like one of those things where I'm probably just going to utilize the Steam achievement system just raw, and it'll be fine. If you want a level up system, you can make it a research or upgrades. Yeah, I think that's probably, I think I'm leaning toward more like research or ascension. Just because upgrades I think can be too easy to get. See, it's going to be really hard to balance this. That's like the challenge. It's like, we know what we need to do to fix the problem is just make older fish more valuable. But it's like, how do we implement that system without completely breaking the balance of the entire game? So we're going to have to come up with some ideas. Reading bits of story. A quest to catch some fish for a cool dude. Yeah. I do want to add more NPCs soon. Spots where the fish might hide. Some events like Fish Fest. Try to add free walking in the game. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I think this is just a stupid comment. I don't think this is real. We are gonna test the tutorial really quick though today. I just want to double check that everything is fine. I'm pretty sure that everything is, but just in case there is actually a bug. Because I got one negative review from somebody saying that the tutorial didn't work. And I don't think that they mean it literally didn't work. Because as far as I can tell, nobody's ever had an issue with the tutorial not working. I think they just didn't know how to click on Grandpa. And so they thought that there was like no tutorial or something, or they couldn't like continue. So I don't know. I'll let the developer response, but you know, those things never work. So it doesn't matter. Wonder, no, it's private profile. So really quick, I'm just gonna go delete my data. And we're just gonna do a complete reset. And in-game ads and microtransactions and battle pass. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, guys. Can't wait. All right, we're just gonna play through the tutorial. So, Grandpa walks in. Pretty normal. Huh. Oh, when I hover over him, it highlights. I think I can click on this guy. Hey there, kiddo. Great, a thriving business. Okay. Travel to the pond. Okay. The pond button is highlighted. What is this? Travel for free. Okay. Whoa. Left click or space to cast and reel. Okay. Oh, wow. Look, I'm fishing, guys. I'm just trying to pretend that I'm just a random person playing this game. Oh, hey, there's a little splash in the water. I bet if I fish there, I might get maybe more fish or something? It's cloudy. Oh, no active effect. Okay. Oh, look, another guy just jumped. Okay, what's this? What's this? Sink your hook. Press left or spacebar whenever the hook crosses over the fish icon. Start. Okay, let's try it out, guys. Whoa. So it crosses right there. Boom. Boom. Look, guys, I caught my first fish, a goldfish. Please, requires research pots. Okay, I can't get that yet. Goldfish. I don't want to release him. All right. We're fishing, guys. We're catching fish. Okay. Anyways. This mistake will not go unpunished. Hi, Ashik. Welcome in. Oh, when you are a game dev and you go outside, yeah. Circle tap. Press whenever the indicator, this must be the indicator here, enters the colored region. The little blue, let's see, it's like Dead by Daylight. I play that game all the time on stream, guys. My name is Mr. Streamerman 24. Oh, look, my keep then is full. I guess it's time to return back. Let's go. What's this? Inventory. He's saying to sell. Grandpa's got something to say to me. Great work. Yeah, sell some of your new fish. Okay. Let's sell these guys. Okay. What's he saying now? Save up to buy a tank. Cool. I don't have enough money to buy a tank. Yeah, I guess I gotta go back to the pond. Interesting. Let's go try it out. I thought I had another line in there, where it's like, if you don't have enough money, just go back to the pond. But maybe I accidentally took that part out. And it's the only part of the tutorial I imagine that somebody could say and think that the tutorial's broken. Because maybe they just don't realize that they can go back to the pond. So I might make a little tiny correction of that, just so it's not confusing. Just so people know, like, yeah, you can actually go back to the pond if you want. It's literally the only thing I can find so far that could be interpreted as being broken, right? So let's go find that key. Guess I accidentally removed it. I don't know how that happened. Because I'm pretty sure in the game files, it was like that. But I guess when I swapped it over, I probably broke everything. Just search for great work. Yeah. Oh, I say that there. If you don't have any more fish, go catch one from the pond. I'll probably make it so that fish are worth more initially, and that way if you do sell both fish, you actually can afford to get the tank. And so that would kind of like fix the issue with the game, right? Because nobody's probably going to leave before they get a full keep net from the pond. So it's kind of like, you know, that's how we would balance that. Because right now it's fine if you do get small fish, because they all sell for 4. So if you get 3 small fish or whatever, then you get 12 bucks, which is enough to buy the tank immediately. But if you get a, whatchamacallit, a carp and a goldfish, then that's only 8. So that's kind of an easy fix to it, I think. Add baboons? Where would they even be? Starting cash 10. I don't want to make the starting cash just immediately $10 because I kind of want to like walk people through the process of how they make money. So that's kind of like why I think it's good to include that in the tutorial. All right. Boom. Now you have a tank. Grandpa wants to talk to you. Move a fish from your inventory into a tank. Boom. And then what does Grandpa say? Great work, kiddo. Good luck. Yeah. So I think it's just that's like the only potential obstacle I see right now. The question is though, do I really want to like make a whole new update just to adjust that one little tiny thing? I don't know if it's actually that much of an obstacle. Because carp are more rare anyways. And like the button's still highlighted over here, so I think it's pretty obvious most of the time that's like, oh, I need more money or whatever. I have $8. Just go back to the pond again. I don't know, maybe to some people that's too confusing. The funny thing is I like watching videos of people playing the game and stuff. I've never seen anybody struggle with the tutorial. It's like always very obvious. It seems like to everyone that's like, oh yeah, I go here again to get more money. So I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm wrong and a lot of people have this issue, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel like that many people are having this. So I don't know. How does it handle having 2/3 so you can't get a large fish? What happens if you get a large fish and don't have space for it? It just adds it to your keep net. So if you have like 2 out of 3 and then catch a guy that's weight of 2, you just now have 4 out of 3 in your keep net and it forces you to go home. That way, like if you do end up catching like a really big guy, it doesn't punish you unfairly. Because I hate in games where it's like, you know, you've caught some big rare guy and then it's just like, sorry, you don't have space. You've got to delete him. Because that sucks. Like, what if it's like you've been trying to catch this ultra rare fish forever, and then you just get screwed over because, you know, you don't have space for him. So yeah, we're gonna not do that. Just realize if I can save enough big boy bucks, I can get started on Steam Key. Only 98,000 to go. Yeah, eventually. Hey, Nick, welcome in. How's it going? You're overthinking it. People are weird sometimes. Game is great tutorials, flawless. Yeah. I appreciate it. It's just like, you know, I just want to make sure because like the demo right now, it's like the impression that people will get from the game, right? So I'm just trying to think of like any way I can like reduce the amount of any like hiccups with it, right? Oh, we got another curator review. Let's see what we got. That's the playtest version. Which one is it? I think I only see 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Steam is weird sometimes with like the numbers that they show on their site. Because like it shows that there's 6 curator reviews. And then I go to click on it and there's only 5. So like, I don't know. Maybe it's like doing something where it's hiding it from me because it's not in English. It could be something like that, but it's very confusing to me. It's like, I have no idea why it's not there. The same thing happens all the time too with like reviews where I go in or it shows like a certain number of reviews here. And and then I go down and like there's reviews down here that aren't in that number up there yet. There's always like desyncs with stuff like that, so, but it's fine. Anyways, well, I think the tutorial is pretty much fine. Like it's, I have to give people some space to think with their brain. Otherwise, how are they ever going to play the game? So, keep getting this cloud conflict. I don't know why it's unable to save. Might have to look into that. Yeah, a little wacky. Anyways. Yeah, I think these are all fine. All right. So let's continue figuring out all of our things that we're doing for 1.0, right? So these are just a couple of things that I want to do for 1.0. Ideally, we aim for like 4 new zones, I think, because that'd leave us at a nice like 10 zones. So that's sort of what I'm thinking there. Part of me kind of wants to add in a new liquid type, you know? Because we've got like the freshwater, saltwater. It'd be cool if we, I don't know, maybe explore a lava water type, you know? It's something I've been thinking about. So we could do a saltwater and then maybe lava, saltwater, and lava again, because that would give us a pretty good distribution of types. Yeah. Now, the only thing with the going that route, doing like exotic, wacky, non-real fish, you know, is that some people might look at that and be disappointed then that the game has fish that are what's the word? Like, then it would make the normal earth fish feel like underwhelming, you know, I guess in comparison. I've talked about this before, and like some people are like, well, maybe put it in like a new aquarium or something, but that's a lot of freaking work, guys, to make like an update where now you have a whole second aquarium. Like, that's just like, oh my god. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. That's kind of a lot. So the prehistoric island would be cool. Yeah, I do want to do that too. There is a lot of prehistoric fish that would be fun. If you want to do something massive, make like an ocean where you're on a boat and can catch deep sea stuff. That I do want to do something like that where there's like a, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different zone ideas I have, you know. It's just a matter of like, realistically, how much can I fit in before 1.0? And I feel like 4 is pretty reasonable. And of course, we'll keep adding more as time goes on. But you know, it's tricky. I'm gonna have to figure out how the price scaling is gonna work, because the thing is if I add in 4 more zones, it's already costing $1 million to travel to a new zone. So that means it's gonna be 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion, and 10 billion, which is a lot of money. And I don't know what I want to do about that. I don't want people to not be able to go anywhere because it just becomes too expensive. So I'm gonna have to kind of work that out. Yeah, it's complicated. Make sure don't add too much to the demo. Oh yeah, none of this is gonna be in the demo. This is only for 1.0. The demo is done content-wise, so nothing else is coming to the demo. Maybe eventually I'll go back and like just update it for quality of life and bug fixes if we like identify a bunch of new ones or something, but as far as I know, there isn't really any, so there probably won't be any reason for me to ever update the demo. But because yeah, I've already added too much stuff to the demo. I'm definitely not gonna add any more. Say, Zafencer, welcome in. How's it going? How have you been doing? So yeah, it's tricky to say. I don't know. Do we want to do? I do really want to do a deep sea place for sure. Which place in here is the most boring? Probably the swamp. Like, there's a couple cool guys that'd be fun to catch in the swamp, like an alligator or something. But, like, there's more interesting zones I think we could explore first. Because I'd love to do, like, a really deep sea area like, where you're in, like, a moon pool, you know, fishing. Because that'd just be epic and fun. Yeah, I definitely think it's the most boring. Antarctica could go kind of hard because you could catch like a lot of like crazy guys there. I do want at least like one cold zone, I feel like. Just because it's a vibe. So. And maybe instead of the cave, we do like the final zone could be like a lava area, you know. I think we'll go Antarctica, then the deep sea. And then the final one would be like lava. So like, I mean, the cave could be lava, you know? Just depends on what we want to go for. Yeah, coral reef is probably going to stay, I think, because there's so many fish in the coral reef that people really want in the game, you know? You've got stuff like octopi and all the tropical fish, you know? There's a lot of like aquarium fish that come from coral reefs, so... just also stuff with like sharks and sea urchins, and there's like a billion different fish I want to do for that area, so definitely do coral reef. Yeah, then like the cave, we could do lava in the cave. I don't know, or we do like a volcano. I mean, fishing in a volcano would be pretty gnarly. What do you guys think? Would you rather fish in like a lava pool in a cave or in a volcano? Of course, a volcano doesn't really make any sense. Well, fishing in lava doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. I've been getting the Minecraft mod doc into a presentable for public discussion, not finished state. I'm pretty struggling with it as there's so much stuff. I didn't realize that you were still like working on it. I thought, if I recall correctly, wasn't it like a couple weeks ago or something? You were telling me that you're kind of like putting it off. Are you like going back to it and reworking things now? I actually think you should skip lava fish and other surreal fish, especially when you have other real options. Yeah. See, this is the thing that's been so complicated with like picking fish is like some people want super wacky exotic fish, but then also at the same time it's like, is it too wacky? Because then also we start setting these like expectations or whatever, where it's like, well, if we've got the volcano lava fish, then the next zone we add must be even crazier. You know? I think that's one thing that's a little complicated. I could see doing like something that sort of like blurs the lines a little bit, where it's like fish that used to exist at one point, you know? And that's kind of what I'm thinking with like prehistoric stuff. So... because we could have like a zone where you can catch all the prehistoric fish, because there's so many prehistoric fish. It would be really cool to somehow show them off in game, you know? There's a billion guys we could do. You're still working on it? Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one. If you haven't already, you should make a short about it. I think I made one short about it a while ago. It's hard sometimes with the shorts because I just get like a lot of mixed comments where it's like some people are like, yeah, and then other people are like, you should do this thing that would take you 5 years to develop. Like, of course, yeah, like that would work, but you know, I don't remember what short that was. It was like... I don't think it's this one. There's definitely two types of players in my aquarium game. Some people want... This is like kind of a different thing. I think I talked about that before, but maybe I didn't. That's the cleaning. Maybe it's this one. I'm making a incremental game. No, that's like specifically like the way to name them. That's the feeding one. There's one big feature missing from my cozy fishing game that I really need to add. All right. See, I guess I haven't done one specifically about this problem. I think there was like the realism one, which is sort of like somewhat similar, but I don't think I did one about my dilemma here. I know that I think I might have talked to someone in the comments before about it or something. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe I should. So. Do Chernobyl. That'd be pretty crazy, yeah. It's a thing. There's like just so many freaking places we could do. I mean, I don't know if Chernobyl actually has like interesting, unique fish there. It would just be normal European fish. So I don't think there's anything there for real. But let's see. I want to say, but on the YouTube comments, the guy doesn't get harassed. That negative review he got, the guy's reviewed like 120 games. Has 2 or 3 dozen reviews that are 0.1 to 0.5 hours of playtime with simple, short, non-informative complaints. Yeah. He left negative reviews on games that are huge and have overwhelmingly positive ratings. Yeah, I figure. I mean, it's never like... It's always just like... it doesn't matter. You always get people like that sometimes that come in and just... No matter what you try and do, it's just... They just don't care enough to ever, like, if there's immediately one minor thing you know they run into, it's a negative review. There's always people like that. I have the same thing with Starground 2, you know, where it's like one little minor problem and then it's just immediately they're like, I hate this game, it's the worst game I've ever played, and there's nothing I can really do about it. So, and like, I do appreciate a lot of these reviews, you know. There's stuff where it actually like discusses the like, you know, criticism in like a positive way. That's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And it's nice to actually have something that I could like work off of. Luckily a lot of these have been pretty good. I think some of these complaints are a little silly, where it's like ugly graphics. I mean, you looked at the game before you bought it, right? So if you knew you weren't gonna like the game from the art style, you just shouldn't buy it. So I always think like that kind of stuff from reviews is really stupid, because it's just kind of it's like means nothing, because it's like, well, okay, if you don't like the graphics, then you could have like known that before you bought the game. But automation part was fun, but the combat ruined the game for me. That's like advertised as half the game, so I don't know. Also, it's like a system that you can just completely ignore. So I don't know why combat would ruin the game. See, I don't know. There's always like... I still think... of course, I'm of the mindset that I think it's great that like Steam is so open with reviews and stuff, and that anyone can leave a review for any reason. So that's good. But sometimes, though, that does lead to stupid, dumb reviews, you know, where I was just like, man. But yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't recommend this. This game's a bit light on content. And a lot of these are also from a really long time ago. This one's from like 2 years ago, so yeah. Yeah, I did fix this issue. Ah, man. This is one thing that's like been extremely frustrating with Starground is because multiplayer has been a source of a lot of negative reviews for the game. And so that's kind of like one of the reasons why I just like would not want to do multiplayer, at least for a while. And there's a bunch of reviews that are not in English. I always find that Chinese reviewers are typically very negative. I think it's just because they have a different frame of reference for how they review games. And this is like something a lot of other developers have talked about too, where like the way that reviews are perceived in China is like 50%, you know, it goes from like 0 to 100%. Like, okay, let's say that you play a game in the US and you're like, it's a pretty good game, you know, decent. You'd give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10, right? But the way it works in like China, from what I've heard, is that it's kind of like if it was like a decent game, you give it like a 50%. So it's kind of like they tend to be a lot more negative. I know it's not like they're always intentionally trying to be negative, but it's just the way that they culturally like view rating things. So it's kind of interesting. Probably a better way to rate things, but oh well. This is hurting small devs. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, like, the biggest thing is I replied back. I'm like, hey, I'd love to fix your problem. You could let me know what was wrong. I'd be happy to fix it. And that's the important thing, is like addressing it. But there's nothing else I can really do about it. Look at the good. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of good reviews too, for sure. It's not all negative. So, but yeah. Yeah, it's hard. But it is what it is. I've been trying to crawl my way back up from 79%, but I think Starground's gonna be stuck there forever. Which is unfortunate. But it's just because I got a really bad streak of a bunch of negative reviews, like because there was one minor issue with multiplayer, and then a bunch of people bought it just for multiplayer. Like it was like right in this period, like this summer, July, and it's just like, ah, shoot, this freaking sucks. Yeah, multiplayer is so annoying, guys. Oh, you had a game with 1,000 hours played, 800 hours at the time of a negative review. That's crazy, yeah. That's another thing I see too, is like somebody will play a game for like 5,000 hours and then like jokingly leave a negative review where it's like, this game has ruined my life and it's so good that I can't play any other game now. And they leave a negative review. And it's like, people don't look at reviews as like something that impacts people's like, you know, careers and well-being. So it's always so frustrating when people leave stupid reviews like that, where it's like joke negative reviews. It's like, come on, man. If you have like more than 1,000 hours in anything, I don't think you should be allowed to leave a negative review anymore, unless there's like a real reason. But oh well. Another stupid joke review that I also see all the time, where I'm just like, ugh, is the whole funny, like, you can't, you know, I don't ever say non-kid friendly words on stream, but you know, you guys have seen the reviews around. If your game doesn't have that feature, if your game doesn't have dating, then it's the worst game I've ever played. Game is unplayable. I can't date the characters. And it's just like, man, it's dumb. But anyways. Yeah, cracked me up. I'm not sure I have any Steam games with 800 hours on it. I've got a couple. I've got like the main one is of course Factorio. I think that's my most played still. I'm almost at 3,000 hours. I got to Yeah. I need to play more. Because it's fun. I really want to try a Space Exploration? Space Exploration, the mod, not the DLC. It's always confusing. When I get the game, it'll go up to 80. I appreciate it. The only thing, though, is that if you get it from a key, your reviews do not count toward the rating. So that's just a thing to keep in mind. So it is what it is. I get why they do that, because otherwise you could just give free keys out and then you artificially inflate your review score. So it only counts for people that actually spend money and buy it on Steam. Keys do not count. Like, you can still leave a review and it still lists there, but it doesn't go toward like the rating, which is unfortunate. My most played was in Rust with 636. So yeah. Rust can be kind of fun. I think it really depends on the server you're on. Because I've played on some servers that are just like, man, this is not good. And then other times I've played on some that are like, it's all right. It just really depends. I just want to ask, yeah, you got all the time. I wish I had all the time. Do I know how to do top-down lighting? You mean with like shadows and stuff like that? Like, because I mean, here we go. We've done a bit in here. Starground has like a zone where it's dark. I mean, well, also it turns nighttime, so definitely mess with the lighting. Factorio BBG server when? That would be chaotic if it's like an open public Factorio server, because everyone's gonna like be building like the same stuff over each other, and it'd be kind of funny. I honestly like really wonder how Factorio would feel like playing on different teams. You know, because really Factorio is sort of set up where it's like there's the PvP mode, but it's like focused on being PvP, so it's like you have to kill each other or whatever, and that's like the main objective. But it would honestly be pretty cool to play the game and just be in different factions, you know, where it's like you can like set up like trade routes and like diplomacy, and something like that would be really neat. I think like an automation game where you actually get to like, you know, interact with other like civilizations also automating or whatever, societies. Be kind of cool. Maybe one day. Maybe that's my next automation game. Be single player though, not multiplayer. It's not a joke when people say it's the best time of your life. Yeah. I don't know. It depends. I mean, you've got a lot of free time in high school, but also at the same time, it's like that one phase where it's like you're like old enough, but young enough to where you still don't have like freedom. I think like university era is the time when you really, especially if you're like going to university instead of working right out of high school. But starter weapon systems peak. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh, you just bought it? Let's go. Thank you. You can set up the PvP so that the victory is launching the rocket and PvP doesn't matter that much. Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess that's the thing though, is like, I don't know if I'd want like what I'm imagining in my head that would be really cool is like almost something like Civilization, where like you're all a bunch of different like factions, like moving alongside each other. But I think without like a necessary game over condition, because I think that kind of makes things boring. But I feel like something like that would be cool, where you have like the choice to like, you know, work with someone or don't work with someone. Would be kind of fun. Instead of it just being like forced PvP, if that makes sense. I don't know. Just random ideas I'm thinking of. There's a game kind of like that. It's whatever it's called, Eco, I think it's what it's called. This game kind of has that vibe a little bit, where it's like you're building this like society. It's more like you're an individual versus like I mean, I guess it would be the same thing in like an automation focused thing. But I always thought the idea of this game was pretty interesting. Where like you fill out your role and you like gotta like work with other people to actually succeed and grow society. And you can set up like laws and stuff. I do think something like this would be super cool to play, but also at the same time, I could see how this game would be extremely frustrating too. Like this is the issue with like diplomacy or class systems like this, where it's like, if you're hyper specialized in one thing, then it means that like you have to rely on other people to play the game, and sometimes that can be a little unfun. But also at the same time, if you're not hyper specialized in like one aspect, then it means that you could just play solo and you don't ever have to work with anyone else. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the game. That's complicated, yeah. Probably this game has mixed reviews now, I don't know why. Going in the wrong direction. Uh-oh. Dinner parties. Yeah, that's a bad moment. Anyways. But yeah. Games. Oh yeah, I want to do the larger aquariums because that would be cool. We set through like a limit, so if like a certain fish is over a specific weight limit, then they've got to go into the big aquarium. I'm thinking we have like maybe 2 big aquariums just so that there's like a little more room to do stuff. Now, here's the problem with adding in big aquariums though, and it's like something that I need to kind of figure out, is like, if I do a big aquarium, I'm worried people are going to be expecting a whole different UI for the big aquarium, right? And that's kind of like, because they're going to want to be able to have like a bigger area to decorate, and it's like, that's a whole can of worms I'd be opening up, unfortunately, for myself. So I'm not 100% sure how to deal with that either. This is like one of the reasons it's been tricky to work on these features, is because there's lots of... It's such like a big core feature that impacts so many things. And if I go about it the wrong way, then it kind of ruins multiple aspects of the game. So it's really hard. But yeah, I would like to do big aquariums. Because it'd be cool. And it would just make sense. I feel like it would be cool if like, oh, I caught this big guy. Oh, but I need a big aquarium. Yeah, makes sense. It gives you kind of that nice sense of progression, right? Of like, you know, starting off not being able to house these guys in your place, and then now I've done it. I've saved up. I've unlocked the research, and now I can make big aquariums. But yeah. Oh, man, I'm really tired. I have gotten very little sleep, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all 4 hours. It's a lot of stream time today. You know, having only like gotten like 30 minutes of sleep. I'm not sure what to do yet. Oh god, I don't know. See, the funny thing too is that it's like 30 minutes, but then also like all the days before that was also 30 minutes. This is the problem. So I've never had a chance to like catch up on the sleep, you know? Like there's been times in the past when I was in like university and stuff where it's like, okay, we got a test today or whatever, so I don't get very much sleep, but then like I'm done and then I can go to sleep for 10 hours and I'm fine. But recently with like Next Fest going on and all this stuff, it's like I don't do the catch-up time anymore. Also, it's been so unbearably hot in my house that my sleep quality has been really bad. Because I'm sitting there like sweating in my bed. It's uncomfortable to sleep. So it's frustrating. I need to get like an air conditioner or something, guys. I think. We have a whole house air conditioner, but it's just not enough. It doesn't cool down my room enough, and I just boil. So but you said if you hop off early, yeah. I can feel my brain fog right now. I might end a little bit earlier than normal, just so I can get a little bit of sleep before I have to go work on more stuff, but you can get a window air conditioner for a couple $100. Make sure it's an actual window unit, or if it's the one that sits on the floor. It needs 2 tubes. Yeah, I've been doing my research. I definitely want to get. I think what I'm looking at right now is a portable double tube one. Yeah, exactly right. Because the one tube is extremely inefficient. It's just gonna bring in more hot air because it doesn't like it. What's good about the double tube is like it creates like the inside air of your house becomes like a static sealed environment, you know? Like it sucks in the air and it's only cooling down the air that's already in your house. But if you just have like one tube, then like, yeah, it's just going to start sucking in. It's going to take air inside. Yeah, I don't even know. It probably isn't that efficient with just one tube because you need to isolate the like atmospheres to do it properly. It's funny because there's that one game that I play a lot of where like the whole game is like engineering solutions to stuff like this, Stationeers. And like something that you have to do in here is like cool down your base, you know, because it gets too hot, especially on like places like this. It's so freaking hard here to cool your base because it's like 1 billion degrees outside every day. And so I actually like kind of understand exactly how air conditioning loops and stuff and condensers like all work. So yeah, a single hose is a silly way to air condition someone's house. Yeah, the 2 tubes takes in hot air, pumps more heat energy into it, and throws it back outside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like having like an isolated like, and it's so much more efficient because like that way you're not having to take in this hot air and cool it all the way down to your room temperature, right? Like you're just taking in hot air and just adding more heat to the already hot air and just exhausting it out. So it's just as a way more efficient way to air condition. Yeah, the one with one tube is just stupid. So I'm looking at one right now. It's not cheap, but I think for me it's worth it just to actually get some sleep for once. I've also tried a fan, but like a fan helps, but if after a certain like heat level, it's just not enough anymore. Last night, like normally at nighttime, it gets relatively cool enough, you know? It's like down like 60, 50 degrees. But last night, it didn't get cold enough. So like even with my fan of full blast and stuff, it was still just kind of blowing hot air back onto me. It was like above. I know I sound like a baby when I say this, but it was above like 78 degrees. Which like the problem with that is you can't just open your window and cool down your house. Like you have to keep your air conditioning on if you actually want it to be colder than that. But, you know, I don't really have control over the air conditioning in this house, so I don't get the luxury of cooling down my room. So I was just boiling all night. So yeah, that was kind of the final straw where I'm like, this is stupid. I'm gonna get a freaking. It's time. I need my own air conditioner because it's so bad. I'm fascinated by how air conditioners work. Yeah, dehumidifying using gases to transfer heat. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I know a lot of air conditioners have seen, like, especially the portable ones, there's like an option to dehumidify. I don't know exactly. I guess what that would be doing is just extracting the water outside of the out of the air that it's intaking, and probably just like puts it in a little collection bay or something that you'd have to dump. But I guess like normally that vapor would just kind of get re-evaporated into the air. Yeah, I don't know. It's very cool though. Like in the way that you're able to like cool down, like I find it fascinating that you have like a place like in stationaries where it's like extremely hot and you can somehow cool the air down cooler than that temperature. You know, it seems like it almost feels like impossible to do. But if you take advantage of the fact that phase changing like decreases the amount of energy in a fluid, it's pretty fascinating. Because like when something turns into a liquid, it can absorb more heat. So through that process of like evaporation and condensation, you can like cool things down past what the baseline is. It's very neat. Maybe in another life I would have been like an air conditioner technician or something. A designer of air conditioners. What even like would you call that? I don't know. It's Fahrenheit. Yeah, I am let's see, what would that be in Celsius? Damn it, F to C. 25 Celsius, which I know is not that hot. But like, man, when you can't like when you're stuck in that heat and that's like the coldest that you get, it's kind of miserable. And like during the day, it's whatever. But like when you're trying to go to sleep, I just can't sleep when it's too hot. I just sit there and bake. And it sucks. So like, even though this isn't a big deal during the day, at nighttime, it's miserable. It's just not fun. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have one of those EcoFlow Wave 3s. It was for the truck and got out of the truck before it arrived. But it can heat, cool, dehumidify, and run 3 to 4 hours on batteries. And 6,000 BTU. That's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at something that's like, just for my room, I'm going to need something a little more powerful. The one I've been looking at is this one. Which, I think it seems fine. This funny guy right here. It's let's see, what does he got? 500 square foot, 14,000 BTUs. It's not cheap, guys. It's $500, but it's probably worth it because I'm getting so sick of it. I don't think the energy cost would be anything because like the thing is that even if I do spend energy on it to cool down my room, it's gonna mean that the big main house air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard anyways, so it might even like be more efficient than my whole house air conditioning unit. I'm not really sure. But we'll see. Yeah, but you're expensive. Don't buy unless you want to camp with it. Yeah. Oh man, it'd be nice to have something like that for camping though, for sure. Camping during the winter is pretty easy. It's so much easier to heat up than it is to cool down, guys. You just like light a fire or put a blanket on and you're good. But like, man, when it's too hot though, you kind of like, especially if you don't have like easy access to electricity, you're kind of screwed. I had one very similar, did great, but was a one hose model before I knew that was bad. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm glad I actually researched it more because I was like, man, this one's so much more expensive. It's like double the price. And then I realized like, oh, but it's a double hose and the other one sucks. So let's work on Lured In already. I know. We will in a minute. Right now, like with Lured In, I'm not wanting to immediately dive headfirst into adding things. I really want to work on like discussing features and stuff and figuring it out before we fully move forward with everything. So if we ran the whole hour, it's like they're going to use somewhere between 400, 800 watts, and the 1 kilowatt price is between, 6 cents. Our electricity cost isn't too bad here. So yeah, I don't think it'd be that bad. And like, I feel like running the entire massive big air conditioner would be a lot more expensive, right? But I don't know. I do wonder how the efficiency of these portable units compare to something like, because we have like a whole thing where we've got a compressor outside, but something's wrong with our air conditioner. Like, even though we have it on full blast all the time, it's not cooling enough. And I think it's because we have like a leak with our coolant in our lines, but the problem is now our coolant is no longer available. So, and apparently like our system does not support the newer coolants, and so, or because like you can't recharge old coolants anymore because they're illegal now, for environmental reasons. They've been banned. So now it's like basically our only option is buying a whole new air conditioner if we want to fix it or make it better, and that's so expensive. That's like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So that's kind of fricked up. I don't know why they can't just inject the newer coolants, but I don't know. And why can't they? Is it just that they get like different like temperatures and everything that it's set up for, the way that it like behaves? You know, because I mean everything has its own like transition temperatures from gas to liquid and stuff, so I guess that's got to be the reason. Can't think of any other reason why. But the house is more efficient technically, but I can't imagine by much. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really going for efficiency or bang for buck. My goal is comfort and not boiling in my bedroom when I'm trying to go to bed, so that's what I would prefer. Even if it cost a tiny little bit more money per year, that's okay by me, because I can't take it anymore. Yeah. Anyways. Lured in. What do we want to do here? Oh, man. Okay. Let's like fully come up with some ideas for these problems to be solved, right? So earlier, fish becoming useless. Should I have my old one would ship to you? I appreciate it, but yeah, that's all good. Stargrim feels very nice, by the way, very fluid. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like sometimes maybe I hype up how bad the game is in my own head. It's not the worst game ever, but I mean, of course there's problems with it, but it's okay. We learn and improve for the next one. What is Your Name movie? This is the movie that Ace suggested to me. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. So I'll go look at that later. But I just put it in here. I don't know why. You keep losing your save in Starground. Oh, that's not good. Are you like going into the escape menu and like manually saving your game? Or what's going on there? Oh, one more thing. What'd your brother say about lured in music? If I were to make a YouTube video and let the music play, would that be okay? Oh yeah, that's totally fine. You can do whatever. So, yeah. Yeah, there's no copyright stuff on any of the music, so you're more than welcome to use it. We'll probably release the music for free somewhere eventually. We will have like the paid version with all the high quality WAVs and stuff on Steam, likely, that you can buy. But I could also see, I'll ask him about like if he's going to do like a free release of the music. But if you want, if anyone wants the music, I can just send you over the files on Discord, so just let me know. Yeah, I do, but it goes bye-bye sometimes. That's really odd. Don't know why it would be doing that. Could be like maybe potentially if your game, if you've been like closing out of your game and closing mid-save or something that could cause like a problem, because that would corrupt the file. But yeah, I don't know why it would be deleting your save. That's quite odd. I'll have to look into it. What are your thoughts on people reaching out to you on Discord? I think it's totally fine. You know, of course there's like annoyances that come with like having like open DMs to everyone. I mean, sometimes I get a lot of like spam garbage where somebody's like, hey, I see that you're a developer working on, and then sometimes they break the formatting and it's like game name, you know, with like the curly braces, and it's really funny because I'm like, okay, this guy isn't real. It's like a bot that the formatting broke on. You know, you get the usual garbage of like, hey, we're building our AI platform. And it's always like some weird name. There's like Tesca AI or something. I got like some garbage email one time. And they're like, would you like to sign up and we can give you 10,000 wish lists and you're gonna blow up. So you get stupid garbage like that all the time. But it is what it is. But I still think hopefully it's helpful for people to be able to just DM me and ask stuff, and you know, I don't mind it. It's not at a point right now where like the amount of people messaging me is unsustainable. So maybe one day we get there and I have to close my DMs, but say Zornik, thank you for the follow. But hopefully not anytime soon. Well, I guess hopefully soon. We'll see. Also, we got ads going. I apologize, everybody. What if I hypothetically, like in a hypothetical scenario, send progress on my game to hypothetically get your 1 sentence feedback? You're totally welcome to send stuff over, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome to DM me stuff. I am sometimes a little bit bad about replying back to people in a timely manner. So I do apologize sometimes. It's because, like, mentally I'm always in this spot of, like, if I'm going to reply back to somebody, I want to, like, actually, like, fully, like, sit down and read through all their stuff and, like, create, like, a good thought out response. But then I don't always have, like, the time or opportunity to do that. And so I just accidentally end up forgetting people DM me, and then I come back 3 days later. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I do that all the time. I don't mean to, but just know I'm not intentionally ignoring you. So. But yeah, you're more than welcome to send images over and stuff. Just sign over the rights to your game. It'll blow. I mean, consent to advertise. Yeah. I always think it's funny. There's always those like emails you get where it's like, huh, looks like your game isn't doing very well. I'll buy it from you for $100. And that's always like a crazy thing to me. Selling all of your IP, even if like your game is not successful, it's still not worth $100 to sell. Like, you still own all of the assets and the code and everything. Like, all the things that you generated for that game are still real. So that's very silly. But yeah. Oh, there's one guy on Steam that loves to do that. He's harsh though. Oh yeah. Interesting. Give us your IP and we will help with in-game ads. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I gotta be careful out there. I mean, usually it's pretty obvious when it's just garbage spam. It's really funny though, like just looking through like there's so much garbage that I get here. It's like, hi Big Boy Games. My notice alerting is launching July 17th. It's like, whatever. I don't care. It's just garbage. Whenever I see anything like this, anything with like this word, launch, visibility, reviews, anything, my head is, they want money. That's it. And then this garbage. Hi, we launched Steamworks Dashboard. You can get a free trial, then you have to pay us $1 billion. Agentic marketing. This one's just stupid. I'm like, hi, I dig how Lurden ties weather patterns to rare catches in a cozy idle tycoon, which I find seriously cool. Which, first off, we don't actually tie weather patterns to the rare catches. Like, it makes the fish catch more often, but they're not tied to specific weather. So that's stupid. We're the founder of Glitch. Man, look at that URL down there. APIglitch.fun. Never go anywhere that has the domain.fun. That's bad. Give an agent a marketing goal for, and this is another thing that I think is just so silly and funny, that nobody calls AI anymore. They call them agents, because it's like this hip new term or whatever, because all the AI slop is now filtered out when you use the word AI. So they just use agent, and to make it sound like it's like cooler and better than it actually is, which is really stupid. So, but there's so much stuff like this, and it's just a little garbage. Also, what's really funny is I've gotten actually sponsorship like offers. I think it's just like an automated sponsorship. It's not like a real person asking. But they're like, if you make a paid reel for Trippo AI, it's stupid. We own full commercial use and rights of the final reel. So they're basically just make them a video for free or for just like $10 or something. Yeah, there's one for a Trippo, and then there's like another one in here I got for something. It's just all garbage. Like, this is the most scary link ever. Big Boy Games watch video. Yeah, anyways. It's slop. Oh, yeah, we're gonna work on it, don't worry. I always try to call it LLM, yeah. I mean, that's really the true thing of what it is. I think it's so silly that we even call it intelligence at all. It's like a pattern recognizing algorithm, you know? It really, the true term for it and what makes more sense is machine learning. That's what it is. That's what we should call it. But we call it artificial intelligence for some reason. It's not even close. I guess it comes down to how do you define intelligence. I don't think any of the AIs we have are actually intelligent yet. They're just like recognize, because you have to give it data. That's like if you told like a person to make a game and then gave them 7 billion source codes of games to copy and steal. You know what I mean? It's like that's not fair at all. Like, they're cheating. Like, for something to actually be intelligent, I think it has to be able to like create things out of instructions rather than just pure like templates and data to reutilize, you know? That to me would actually make sense as an intelligence then. If it means we could just say AI make a game and we never gave it any training data, then that would be intelligent. Artificial intelligence. I don't know, I think it's stupid. Only good for prompting one time to get a pointer to something you have zero clue how to do. Yeah, I mean, some people find that it helps with programming. I don't use it for programming myself, but I don't care really that much if people use it. But yeah, I don't think it's anywhere close to actually creating like, you know, full complete games and projects and stuff. It just can't. It doesn't have the memory. The thing is that it's just it's a pattern recognition algorithm. So it's not like it like remembers what it said and like it has this like train of thought. It just looks at what it basically, it's like every single time you send in a prompt, it just sends the entire previous past conversation as the prompt. So every time you ask it something new, you're talking to a new AI. If you think about it. Like, it's not like you're talking to the same guy that has like memory and like this continuous thought. It's a new guy every single time. So I think it's really silly. And that's why you get hallucinations. My AI just forgets about things because it's not the same thing anymore. It's a whole new run of the algorithm. So anyways, enough of that, though. We can actually do learn and stuff. Apologize, Wool Bed, for procrastinating and not doing stuff. I'm just very tired, and it's hard for me to like think right now and program. But yeah, let's figure out like design of everything before we actually start programming stuff. Also, I'm burning up and I need my fan on. Alexa, fan on. Ooh. But let's see here. So the earlier fish become useless. This is the problem that we must tackle. So I think with this problem, we need to figure out like what things we don't want happening, right? I think it's always easier to tackle something when you eliminate first rather than just trying to go for something from the very beginning, if that makes sense. So like some of the big rules that I want is like, I still need new fish to feel worthwhile, right? No full stacking on early zones. That's like the big thing. Let's see, Robert on a whim. Claude added lights to my procedural map generator. I'm adding SSAO to my player camera. Yeah. Interesting. So I want that quality of a fish. You mean like if you catch a fish, like you can get like a different like star rating of the quality of the fish and stuff like that? Is that kind of like what you're thinking? Because that is something that's like come to our minds before. There's problems with it though. Like one of the big issues with doing that system is that the way that I store items inside of Lured In is that they're all like generic IDs. So just to give an example, like we have like our inventory, you know, and it's a dictionary. And the way that you store an item in here is it's like LI item goldfish, and then it has a number for quantity. And that's literally all I store when it comes to a fish inside of your inventory or inside of your tank and stuff like that. So the problem is that if I want to add like variations to those things, I'd have to do like, it's basically like NBT tags in Minecraft, right? Where it's not fundamentally changing the item ID. It would just be a pain though, I think, both in terms of a technical standpoint, and also from a UI standpoint. Because like, let's say that you have 10 different goldfish, right? But then each of them have like a different star rating. You're now going to have to show 3 different entries of one fish in your inventory. And so like if we have like whatever 50 fish in the game, you multiply that by like common, silver, and gold, right? Then you're going to end up with hundreds of entries in your inventory to display all of them. And that's kind of like one of the problems with doing that is like, it's kind of a design complication to actually like show the fish visible in your inventory and tank and stuff that way. Not so much in the tank, but just specifically in your inventory. And yeah, it's just a lot of work. I'd have to redo all of the game's code and make it so like the items are stored as like individual dictionaries. But then also another thing that comes up is what if I change the game or rebalance it? Then it means that you have like items or entries that like might potentially corrupt your save. And so I've got to add in like checks to go through and fix corruption. And I ran into this stuff before with Starground, right? With inventories, you have to do this stuff all the time and it's really annoying. So that's part of the reason I haven't done that yet and why I think I'd like to think of other solutions to get around that. So, because it's freaking complicated. Let's see, apologize yourself. No, I appreciate that. see. As a fish owner, I would say give the fish an expiration date. Like you can catch common fish is easy, but they also expire the quickest, and more rare fishes, they last longer. Yeah. I could see doing that. There's pros and cons to a system like that. I mean, I could see why you would, yeah, like common fish would expire. The only thing I imagine would be a little frustrating with that, though, is like you spend all this time trying to get a specific rare or legendary fish, and then you come back a day later and he's just gone. And that would be a little bit frustrating, you know. It can help like increase the importance of rare or legendary fish, but they kind of already have that in the sense of more passive income generated. So I think the issue with that is like it doesn't necessarily address specifically like earlier fish, not necessarily common fish, but just fish from earlier zones that are just like at a different like tier, because all our fish have like a tier assigned to them, right? So you've got like goldfish, like all the fish in the pond, right? They're like tier 1 in terms of like their value, and then like lake is like tier 2, you know, and that's kind of like how the pricing on all these guys work. So the issue is like the second you go to like the river or whatever and you have a tier 3 fish, these two areas here become completely useless, right? Where it's like, why would you ever go back to these places if all of the fish in the river are just more valuable? So that's like the core issue that we need to solve, right? Yeah, higher quality, better passive income. Yeah. An equal could be maybe the fish the customers want to see have demand. Increased demand makes the fish more valuable. Yeah, I could see something like that too, for sure. Like initially something I thought about doing a long time ago is having like a stock market, where like the values of the fish would change over time, so that fish are kind of like, you have to go seek out the most valuable fish at a given moment. But the other constraint here, I think, that we need to figure out is like no big scope creeping. I've got so much stuff that I need to add into the game that I don't want to introduce like this whole new mechanism to solve one minor problem, because I just don't have the time to do it. Like maybe one day in the future, but I think a combination of rare fish being profitable in later areas and upgrading zones with research. Yeah, I think that's what I'm leaning toward most right now. I just want to figure out like we'll have to set some kind of like cap or limit on when you can get that research, so you can think about stuff like that. What about doing like a stacking system for types of fish, and it could be sections by categories, like inside of your inventory and stuff. I mean, like sorting options like that and categories do help. That's for sure, yeah. But I think the real issue that like adding quality to fish would be is just the scope creep factor, because I'd have to reprogram a lot of the game to make it work. And, you know, I could probably get it done, but then it's also like having to do that on top of all the other features, and also trying to do my best to avoid introducing new bugs. Because, you know, the last thing we want is 1.0 coming out and then people having a bunch of issues with the game, so it's difficult. So recommending the fish families bonus. Yeah, you mentioned that, like you were saying, like doing like ways that like the common fish could kind of like boost the value of the more rare and legendary fish and stuff, which I do think is an interesting idea. You know, I could see stuff like that working out. My only concern with a system like that would be the fact that like, I feel like it would sort of, how do I describe it? You'd end up in a situation where you just find the most profitable combo, and then that's all you ever do. You know, it's just like, oh, pond plus jungle fish, and then that's it. You just full stack on those two fish only. So that's like one problem I could see with a system like that. So like, I think that could be cool. I would like a way to do like synergies and also like set bonuses, and that's something especially we'll probably introduce with decorations, I think, as well. I think though, if we could pair that with another system too to just increase base value of those fish at the same time, that would probably be best, because it would have to be a really big boost to make it worthwhile as it stands. So let's see, common fish can still be valuable. Like when you're decorating your tank, sometimes the colors of common fish would look nice with the legendary and force you to go back to pond 1 to catch it. Yeah. That's true. And I think it could be a help. Like, we don't have to have like one big sweeping feature to solve this problem in one go. You know what I mean? Like, we can kind of like solve it compounding multiple things on top of each other. So I could see potentially doing like, you know, system to research and unlock ability to level, like, and increase leveling cap for older zones. And like, I think having like that leveling system where the more you fish in that area, the more those fish get more valuable would be nice. So like, if you have like a goldfish that's like level 6 or whatever, he becomes the same tier as the jungle fish. So that would be kind of like a easy way for us to increase the value of older fish while still encouraging people to go back and fish in those places. Because that's another thing too, is like, basically what I'm imagining for this kind of system, like a leveling system for regions, is everything starts off at level 1 or whatever, right? And until you've actually traveled to the next zone and unlocked it, the older region is still stuck at level 1 until you like hit like a certain number of fish caught threshold, and then it increases up to level 2. And that's when it starts to like get close to matching the newest zone that you've unlocked, if that makes sense. So I could see something like that. Because then still like the new zone you unlock would be immediately more valuable, you know, because it's like you just got it, and so it's going to be worth more than the older fish. But if you really like have older fish that you want to put on display and still keep relevant, then you can go back to the older zones and fish there more and get their levels up to the newest zone, if that makes sense. So, and then compounding that on top of the set bonuses too, I think would just help further reinforce it, because like there's a reason to up your tiers. Like what you would do, right, is you put like one like Arapaima or something in a tank and then have like one bluegill. That would be like, let's just say that's a synergy, right? And that would increase the Arapaima percentage by like 150%. And so the bluegill is like worth almost nothing. Like, let's say he's making like $2 passive, and this guy's like making like, you know, whatever, 200 passive. So it's worth it to do that combo because the Arapaima makes so much, but then it's also worth it to go back and improve the level of the fish inside of like the pond, for example, because you can increase your bluegill up to be more comparable with how much the Arapaima is making. Something like that. So that's one route. I believe it's a bad idea, but you could do a system that makes it so you earn less per fish at the same tier. Less per fish. So do you mean like if you have like multiple fish in one tank of the same tier, then the value starts to go down of how much money they're making, like that tank makes? So kind of like an overpopulation stat in a way. Like if you have like 5 bluegills in one tank, then the value, yeah. That is another thing that people, like we've talked about before, is like different species could have like different, you know, kind of ranges for like the quantity of fish that they should be with. Which that could be a whole nother interesting layer to it as well. Because like, you could do like, well, one way that you could flip that around that would make it not annoying is instead of like focusing on the negative of it, you just focus on the positive. And I did that with feeding your fish, for example. I tend to want to, you know, focus on how to make things a reward versus a punishment. Because I think if everything's a punishment, the game just feels like, it feels less like you're like getting rewarded for being smart and just punished for not being optimal. You know what I mean? So I could see doing like, let's say that like different fish have different like quantities they want to be around. So like maybe a bluegill, like the ideal like family size is 3. So once you have exactly 3 bluegills in a tank, you get like a little bonus to their income, you know? But then if you have anything else, the bonus is just normal 0%. So you get rewarded for like following those little rules and quirks of each type of fish, but you're not necessarily like punished for mixing different kinds of guys together and like not worrying about that so much. I think that's an important thing, right? Is like making it so that you're rewarding people instead of punishing them is my point, basically. Because then it becomes like a little fun puzzle where it's like, okay, I need 3 bluegills and 4 salmon or whatever. 4 salmon at 2 weight, so I have to have like a tank with at least, for optimal like earnings or family bonuses, a tank with like 11 weight capacity, you know? So that could be a potential solution. So system research, increased leveling cap for older zones, I think could work. We could have like ideal schooling sizes. And also like what Spencer was saying, doing like set bonuses. Specific fish together increase earnings. That would also be fun. Like it encourages you to experiment, because like if you catch a new fish, then you want to spend this time to go back and see what fish pairs with it. It could be kind of like the Fishpedia, where it doesn't just immediately like tell you all of the things. It could sort of be like it's like something that you as the player have to discover, you know? So that could be kind of fun. I mean, of course you'd end up with a situation where somebody just posts the guide on Steam forums or whatever of like the best family combos to do and lure it in, but that's okay. A lot of games have that issue. It's not really a major issue. So yeah, what do you guys think about all those? I mean, like, out of all of these, which one to you guys sounds the most interesting? So let me see. I think I missed a comment up here. You do a skin system too with the rods, like how COD back in the day you could get skins for specific achievements. Yeah, I do want to do that as well. Tying achievements into unlocks for a bunch of different things I think would be really fun. I always really love when games do that, because normally achievements is like, they're always just sort of this like afterthought thing that doesn't matter. And I think that's a little boring. I really like when an achievement like actually changes your game after you've unlocked it. And there's some games that do that, like Cookie Clicker does that, where the more achievements you have, the more money you make from your milk multiplier or whatever, or that you just like get a multiplier for how many achievements you have. So there's actually like a reason in Cookie Clicker to go through and get all of the achievements, which is really nice. So I'd love to do something like that. Yeah, I still really love Spencer's idea. Some version of it would be amazing. It's not obvious what the best combo is. I think people would eat that up trying to figure it out. Yeah, exactly, right? I was just saying, like, I think it being like a process that you have to discover and document would be really cool. So yeah, some kind of synergies, rare fish, profitable later, zone leveling. Yeah, I think just a combo of all of it would probably be the solution, right? And like, luckily none of that is very hard for me to implement, I feel like, which is good. Like, it's all pretty straightforward. It's just kind of like I read in what fish are in a tank. Like, the leveling is nothing. I just add like one little multiplier onto the end of the function I use for calculating fish value. And I just say, check the level. If it's level 2, like to the power of whatever level that is. Because it's actually very easy, because all of the regions, the tiers, they just like multiply the fish by whatever. So like if you have like, let's say your fish value is 4, and you're on to the next zone, you just say like to the power of 2, right? So 4 to the power of 2, or it's not to the power of 2, but it's always just multiplicative. Like, so first zone is 2, second zone is 4, or whatever, and then you go 8, 16, 32, 64. So I can easily just do that same thing with the leveling. So like if a tier 1 fish is at level 2, then you just multiply the value of the fish. It's pretty easy. So there's a lot of ways we could go about that. Yeah, set bonus is a genius. It'd be awesome if they could change in some way, even if it's subtle. Could mostly fix the guide problem. Even if people are looking for guides, better than them getting frustrated trying to solo it. Yeah, I'm not really super worried about the guide issue. It's kind of a non-issue. Like, there's always going to be stuff like that with like any game that has a system that needs to be solved, you know? Like you could do the same thing with like Portal, for example. Like Portal is all about solving puzzles. And so if you look up how to solve the puzzles, it kind of takes all of the fun out of it. And for some people, that is fun to look up the solutions. So, you know, it's nice that there is like a way out just in case people don't really want to go through the struggle of figuring out all the different combos manually. And that's fine. So it's kind of a non-issue. You can also do percentage bonus for variety of fish in the shop. Yeah, that'd be neat. Yeah, because then it would also encourage you to do more different combos instead of just the same one over and over, you know? So I could see that for sure. So we could put down here like, or right here. Multiplier for number of variety of fish. Yeah, that'd be cool. The thing about zone leveling is that you almost always want to unlock a new area instead of making an old one better. So I think you should level up the zone with research or cash instead of fishing in the zone. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I could make it so instead of like increasing just the cap, it just immediately upgrades the level so you don't have to go back to the old zone specifically to fish more there. Because I do want to avoid it becoming extremely grindy. That is like one concern I would have with that system where like if you actually had to go back to the zone and fish there more to level it up, then you're just going to be fishing a bunch, getting all these fish that aren't leveled up yet. And so you're kind of just wasting time and grinding things out for no reason. And I worry that that might like discourage people from ever actually going back to older zones, right? So I could totally see that for sure. But it's tricky. Also great, but people do love levels. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's why it's complicated, right? I mean, I could easily see it going both ways. I think it's just one of those things we're going to have to see, like, maybe the solution to something like this is that it could be through like, I mean, we'd still have like a level system. So it's not necessarily, you know, wasted. I do like the idea of like getting experience, you know, actually fishing in places. So I don't know. The real like solution to that would be like we could keep like manual fishing leveling system, but then there'd have to be a new reason to actually like to make those older areas fun again, right? And I'm not 100% sure how yet, because it's freaking a lot of work to do stuff like that. Example, clicker, you have more cursors than temples because you still buy cursors because they're cheap compared to temples. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's basically like sort of the same like thing I want to emulate, right, with Lured In is like the earlier zones are still worthwhile because there's a bunch of cheap research to level it up. So they become like somewhat comparable to your later zones just because they're so cheap. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Because also the thing too with Lured In is like it's a very like cookie clicker is just literally clicking. You know, I mean, there's some strategy that goes into it and stuff, like choosing what buildings you buy, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of it clicking. The thing with Lured In is that it's like there's an actual like game element of it, like doing the mini games and stuff. So it's kind of like you got to be careful about not making things too difficult. So it's hard. I mean, at the end of the day, it still would be like a, you know, ignorable system if you really wanted to, but I'm gonna chill out. I'm typing way too much. Don't worry about it. We did mention the other day, one of more variety to different maps, actually fishing up rewards at random. Yeah, that are area based for bonuses could help with that significantly. Mm-hmm. Can be tied into achievements, cookie clicker style. Yeah. I have thought about doing stuff like that. I think it'd be cool if like maybe once that research to go back and level up zones becomes available to you, you can start to fish up things other than just fish, you know? There'd be ways to like when you go back to older zones have a little chance to get some cosmetics and stuff like that are kind of zone specific, maybe. The only issue with that system though is eventually like it'll stop mattering. Because once you unlock all the cosmetics, then you're done. Yeah, it's tricky. All right, and this is what's so complicated is like, you know, there's just so many ways you could go about solving the same issue. And like all of them basically achieve the same outcome. It's just a matter of like which one is going to work the best. It's not always very obvious. You could do a mix where you have leveling with experience, but you can buy research that makes it so you get maybe 1.5 times XP at the pond. Yeah. I could see doing something like that. So having like a way to sort of buy yourself out of having to do the manual grinding, but also like you have the ability to achieve the same thing by just fishing. So you still get, excuse me. So you still get like rewarded for fishing, but then also at the same time, if you just really don't feel like it, then you could just wait until you can get the research or upgrades to like speed up your XP gain just to finish zones faster. And then what I could do is like to balance it, I could make it so different zones have like different like thresholds for levels in terms of how much XP you need. So like if you upgrade your XP gain, upgrade a bunch, the earlier zones are much easier to complete versus the later zones. So that's kind of the way we would like balance out that tiering. So that's something that could work out maybe. With what I threw out up there, could have a trophy shelf behind your counter, seeing an empty shelf you want to fill. Yeah, that'd be really cool. It would be fun. I'd love to tie achievements in like that, you know. Make it real. I had no idea that Matt Berry was making games. Who's Matt Berry? Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, I guess we got the same vibe going on. I think I've seen him before. What does he do? Actor, comedian, writer, musician, and voice actor. Crazy. It's in the Minecraft movie. Oh, he probably does like a lot of voice acting. Was a Wendigoon. Oops. Yeah, I see it. Pretty fair. Oh yeah, he did this backrooms video interview. Very interesting. But yeah, welcome in. How are you doing? I get rid of all this extra garbage here now. All right. Well, I think we've got a pretty decent plan going forward for this. I'll just add to this, like maybe upgrade to increase XP gain. Yeah. So I feel like I've got like plans on how to go about fixing that stuff then for sure. So yeah, then the other things I want to explore, decorations. We need to brainstorm decorations. And I'll also write down the trophy cabinet thing too, because it's cool and epic. I finally got my song uploaded to YouTube. Ayo, let's freaking go. If you want to send a link or anything to the song, you're totally welcome to. All right. So with decorations right now, the problem is that they don't offer any value gameplay-wise, right? And like personally, like, and this is like a less severe problem than the other one. Should I drop in chat? Yeah, you're totally welcome to. As long as it's just on YouTube, then you're good to go. I don't really want people like posting links like of personal websites and stuff because it could be kind of like, you know, dangerous, but let's go.
Friday.
I love ads. No thanks. Oh yeah, I should have made sure it was actually copyright free, but we're good. Very epic. Yeah, DistroKid. I think my brother uses DistroKid, I believe. Yeah, this is pretty epic. Nice. What DAW did you make this in? Like FL Studio or something else? FL Studio Serum 2. Let's go. Nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed FL Studio. Yeah, that's what my brother uses. Almost everyone I know that makes music uses FL Studio now. Done a bit of music stuff in the past. I'm not very good at it, but I can do it if I must. I'm just gonna kind of scrub through this if that's all right. Yeah, it's pretty epic. Nice. Yeah, very cool. Appreciate the link. If anyone wants copyright-free music, check them out. Oh, yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff here. Nice. Very cool. It's always weird how YouTube does the releases for music accounts. How do you even like get a music account? Do you have to like request it, or is it just something now that you set up when you make a channel? Because I don't even know. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. What do you have these license under? Is it like is it just like CC0 so you don't have to like attribute or anything, or is it like Creative Commons attribution license? That'd probably be a good thing to include. I don't know if you can do that with DistroKid easily or not. I have no idea. But at least for me, as like somebody that likes to play music and streams and stuff and all that, it's really useful to actually know the license. Like copyright free is great, but like if you had somewhere in the description, again, I don't know how that works, but if you had in the description like a little you know, just specifying the actual license, that would be really cool. But again, it's on DistroKid, so I have no idea how that would work. if it's like, if you even like can log into the YouTube channel or not, I don't know. No idea. Yeah, very cool. I appreciate it. His work works, but works more often than it doesn't. Yeah, that's true. You just told DistroKid want music verified badge on YouTube. Okay. I can't add stuff like that on DistroKid because it doesn't allow me. I just put my name in the credits and they upload it. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, very cool. I always do appreciate people that spend the time to make music that everyone's allowed to use, you know? Because, I mean, it can be kind of hard sometimes to find, like, one thing that's always frustrating about copyright-free music, I find, is that somebody says in the title or whatever that it's copyright-free, and then you put it in your video and you get a copyright claim, which is always extremely frustrating. But yeah. So it's nice to see, more options. So made the song, it's not registered for any ID fingerprinting, so I'm sure you should be able to listen to it, no problem. Nice. It's very epic. One thing that's been so frustrating about using music on YouTube recently has been the fact that there's like fake channels claiming music that they don't have ownership over. And I've seen this like literally every single video I ever post where I use anything that isn't custom made music by my brother or something that like doesn't exist. It always gets claimed. Like if we look at my channel, all of the live streams always claimed every single time. But like we can just go here, go to like content, or it's not content detection. We have to just go to one of these and it shows here. It'll say like claimed. Yeah, copyright. And like it's not real. This one is fine. This is just licensed globally. That's the Cheese Time music. But like, is this actually by this person? Because there's like a big issue with YouTube right now. Is anybody can just come along here and say that they own the music. There's no like verification process, and so you've got so many people just lying, and it's extremely frustrating. Like Untitled 2, like I didn't use that music, right? I don't think so. So here's what's funny. This is the music that was playing here. This is not Untitled 2, right? Or unless it's saying specifically right here. DNA the way we know it. Yeah, right. I think it's kind of funny that, yeah, people just think, oh yeah, aliens must be humanoids. I don't think that's true at all. Where did I get Untitled if you just 2 from? Step is a very slim, like it's only, but I don't know, is it actually by the Green Kingdom? Sometimes what happens too is like a song will use a sample from another audio clip and then it gets automatically claimed even though it shouldn't be because it's just a sample. It's not like the entire song. Is this also, because I might just have to remove these songs. It seems like it's typically always the same song. Oh my goodness. It'll be fine. So I guess I can't use that one anymore. There's like a billion songs that I just can't use. And it's really frustrating. I mean, it doesn't really affect much, but that's the things I don't know. YouTube will never really tell you how it affects your video. It doesn't say that it does, but I've had times where a video gets copyright claimed and it just dies because of it. So I feel like they're lying. So I guess I just need to get rid of Miami and Untitled 2. I hate having to remove my music. And there's also this one, Alone in the Town. Textures or whatever. I don't know where it is. So I guess this one is bad too. Like, what is this song a part of? Silent Hill 2? But like, I don't think it's copyright claimed. It's a game track, and those don't really get copyright claimed. See, I don't think this is real. 1 RPM. Psycho Nautilus. There's so many people like this that come on here and make a channel and then upload this song. And then now they own copyright to it. But I don't think that person made this song. And so I get copyright claimed, even though I'm using a copyright-free song, it doesn't matter. Because they can just claim copyright. So it's really stupid. I'm very frustrated by the whole way that copyright stuff works on YouTube because it's just dumb. They go find a video that's like really old and doesn't have a claim. They download the music, they re-upload it on their own channel, and then now like they have this tab here where it's content detection, and they just find videos that has their music played in them, and you can go here and you can be like, whatever, content appears, and you can report it, request video removal or copyright claim. It's just stupid. It's not actually their music. Yeah. I don't know why, like, YouTube literally has no process for this. Like, they should have like a system for like submitting like paperwork and names and legal information so they can actually verify it. Because just anyone being able to claim whatever song they want is ridiculous. People are making like thousands of dollars off of just claiming random songs. And I always find like randomly I'll have a stream that's fine for years, and I have no claiming issues. And then randomly it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, this stream that you did 2 years ago is copyright claimed now because somebody re-uploaded the song. And it's just like, oh, that's stupid. The Mansion. Like, what even is this? Chase of the Beetle. Space Jump. So I played a game, I guess, that used copyright claimed music. I mean, some of the times it's valid, but there's just so many times that it's not valid. Like, what is this? Trigger. Is this another game that I played? It might be. 2D physics. No. Okay, so here's a prime example. The song is not called Trigger, but somebody downloaded this track from the game, Secret of Mana. There's a song called Secret of the Forest. They downloaded that track, re-uploaded it, and now they can claim the song. 2D physics. It's not fair. It's ridiculous. Code. Just like process. Movement. Like, somebody needs to class action lawsuit YouTube because it's stupid and people are profiting off of everybody's monetized live streams. I'm not monetized, so I don't make any money anyways. But like for somebody that does do this professionally, and is actually making money from YouTube, that's like the stupidest thing ever, that somebody can just come along and take all of your videos' money because they just re-uploaded an old track from 20 years ago. So it's ridiculous, guys. I'm really sick of this problem on YouTube. Twitch doesn't have this issue, which is great because I do actually make some money on Twitch. It's just YouTube. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's probably like an automated system that does all that, but it's just ridiculous. It's like, man, it's not fair. I went through all the trouble of finding music that's copyright free, and I checked the licenses, and then I get flagged because anyone can just take ownership whenever they feel like it. I could go like download some song. I could go like anything. I could download Plants vs. Zombies soundtrack and re-upload it, and now I own copyright over Plants vs. Zombies. It's stupid. I don't know. I'm just very frustrated with that whole dumb system they have. Anyways, sorry about that rant, but nobody talks about it enough. And it's like plagued YouTube for years. This isn't a new thing that's been happening. This has been happening ever since it's been going on for like 5 years at least. This is frustrating. There are websites like Epidemic that will green flag your account for any music on their website to be used in your videos. Okay. Interesting. I have a subscription to it, but haven't uploaded in forever. Yeah. I know. A copyright claim for a power washer sound once. That's really funny, actually. Yeah. I made partner your YouTube partnership yet? I have not, unfortunately. The threshold to get monetization on YouTube is pretty steep. So if you upload shorts, you have to get 10 million short views in the last like 90 days or whatever, which is a lot, you know. I mean, I have like a chunk, 2.8 million, but I'm not even close to 10 million. So you have to absolutely blow up on shorts to actually make money there. So only like the top like 0.1% of shorts creators will actually ever become monetized that way. And public videos is more feasible, but it's still a lot of freaking work because making a full length devlog for me is an enormous, you know, amount of time that I have to spend editing and recording footage and stuff. So it's not very practical for me to even try and get monetized that way either. Right? So I don't know. It's kind of a, I don't know if it's ever going to happen, maybe one day, but I'd have to have a long form video that does extremely well. So, and it's really hard to do that. Yeah, copywriting is dumb in general. It is pretty stupid. I'll see. Welcome in, Steven. How's it going? You get a watch time. I think the videos make a pretty good quality. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't know. I had one video a long time ago that did really well. It was the pixel art tutorial one, and it pushed me really close to getting monetized. I was at like 3,800 hours or something of watch time. But now it's been more than a year, so it doesn't even matter anymore. I'm not even close again. Where is the video? What? Am I crazy? I guess it was older than I thought. Yeah, so this video, like, it got a lot of views for a long form video, right? There's nothing for a short, but I got like 1.6K hours on just this video. So, like, it's possible. You can get there, but it's just, it's hard. You have to have videos really blow up. And the problem is, like, even if you do get there eventually, I think if you don't maintain your watch hour count, then like it can just go away, right? So like this is not a permanent thing. It's like as long as you stay eligible, then you get to earn. Does live streams count toward it? I am not 100% sure. I don't really know. I mean, like, I would imagine so. But, I mean, I don't get, like, a lot of views or anything on the live streams, which is to be expected. But, like, how many watch hours? Like, I get, like, I don't even get much anyway. So if it did contribute, I don't think it would even matter. The watch time here is pretty abysmal. 0.1 hours of watch time. I'd need to stream a lot to get there. Some of these have a lot more, but even 10 hours is kind of a drop in the bucket compared to the 4,000 that you actually need. So it kind of doesn't even matter, unfortunately. I mean, what's like my most viewed live stream ever? This one for some reason. And this one I got 78, which again, drop in the bucket. And this was 2 years ago, so it doesn't even count toward my watch time limit or requirement. So like I'm saying, I don't think live streams work. I mean, videos do okay. The video I put up recently didn't get me a lot just because it's a short video. Because it's only 3 minutes long. So like I got 22 watch time hours and like it's fine. But I need 2,000 more to get even close to what I need. So yeah, I don't know. I would really have to like fully focus on YouTube, I think, to achieve monetization. And it's just, for me, it's way too risky. Like YouTube is one of those things where all of a sudden Mr. YouTube man walks in and they're like, hey, I'm changing the algorithm. You're screwed. And then you're done. and you can't make money anymore. So that's why, like, even if I had the ability to focus on YouTube and get monetized, I don't think it's even worth the trouble. I'd rather just make games and have like a much more stable source of income, right? So yeah, I do dual stream onto YouTube also, so I'm reading as long as it stays public and are saved as well as they should. Okay. I mean, I imagine they do, yeah. Because I always have like this baseline amount of watch hours, it feels like, so I bet that's just coming from all the live streams, like it all adds up to be 2,000 hours. But the live streams are never gonna like explode or anything, so it's never gonna like actually hit 4,000 randomly. Should YouTube prefer it anyway? Let's go. Welcome in on YouTube. YouTube, man, it kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Yeah. YouTube is a frustrating platform sometimes. You know? Because it's like, it's got this this quasi reliability. Like stuff like TikTok and Instagram, like, thank you for the cheese time. People use those platforms and they never expect to get anything back out of them other than just views and exposure. And so like the algorithm changes and it's just like, whatever, you know, it's fine. I'm just here for a little bit. I'll go mess around. They post there as an afterthought, right? But then when it comes to YouTube, like people build up entire careers around YouTube and making full long videos on YouTube, you know? So it's kind of like, it's insane that they just like make a change and now all of those people that like their entire livelihoods rely on YouTube just gone. It's ridiculous, dude. Hopefully I'm in that underground and that unknown that YouTube won't even bother trying to copyright my stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was kind of stuck for a long time with the channel and stuff, trying to like get things moving. I mean, like these devlogs did okay for deadlift. Not deadlift. Bounding main. But you know, I'd like post one, it does really well, and these ones not as good. I mean, to be fair, I think like these videos aren't very good. They're super long and boring, and like 90% of it is just my face. So I'm not surprised. You know, the one platform that I do really feel like though sometimes I'm shadow banned on is X, because I post here and it feels like no matter what I post, it just does not do well, you know? And like some posts do like a tiny bit better, but like 22 likes is kind of nothing in the grand scheme of things. I don't know why Twitter or X, it just is so bad in comparison to everything else. Like, and it's been like this always, like no matter what I post on here, you know, and I've been posting game stuff on here since I made the account like years and years and years ago. So it's all just, it doesn't matter. Feels like nobody cares. I don't know what the secret is to posting on X. It's probably buying X premium and then the algorithm pushes your posts higher. But I'm not going to do that. Oh man. But it is what it is. Because I see stuff on here that like absolutely blow up and I'm just like, I mean, it's cool, but like why specifically did this video blow up and nothing? And it's not like, I don't care about a video or a post blowing up here, but I've never had even a little bit of moderate success on X, you know? I just don't know what the secret is to making X work. I feel like you have to like actually use X to know what is like popular and trendy, but I don't use X because it's yucky. So I don't know. YouTube is a career for some because it's the oldest, not because it's good. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, oh, I can pay for a super chat, but I bet YouTube keeps 100%. Well, I think actually that's like one of the only things the only ways I can make money. There's super chats and then memberships on YouTube. I'm sure that they take a big cut of your earnings with stuff like that. I've gotten super chats before, but I don't know how to redeem them. Turn on gifts. You'll earn rubies each time you received a gift. What are gifts? What is this? Powered by jewels. What is this? A digital item that represents your earnings when your fan sends gifts to you on live streams. So it's basically Robux. Okay. Yeah, I think you need more than the threshold anyways, so... Hey, Dobbs, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, we're just ranting about, gotta snooze the ads, so we can avoid that. Just ranting about how stupid social media is. Yeah. Because, like, I've been trying for years and years to get like monetization on YouTube, but the thresholds are so big. I'm not even close. I'm gonna need like some insane video to absolutely explode to ever make a penny. So I do appreciate that Twitch does let you still like make money, you know, pretty early on. Like, I don't make a lot of money from Twitch or anything, but like, it's nice that it's not all just wasted. So that's frustrating. Yeah, but what were you up to? Ugh, I can't talk. I have 30 minutes of sleep on me right now. That's all I've got. So excuse me if I'm delirious because I'm extremely tired. But what were you up to today on your stream? What I learned is Screenshot Saturday is not about getting your game seen by people looking to buy. It's more about using it for other game devs trying to push their games. Yeah, right? That's a funny thing that always happens is like these hashtags and stuff and events for sharing your game end up just being sharing your game to other game developers. And so like, I don't know if it's really that worthwhile to like hop on trends and stuff like that, because you're not marketing to the actual audience that is likely to buy your game, which is always really funny. Luckily, short form content for me has been an excellent bridge, finally. Like, marketing in the past to me has always just been this like wasted effort where I have no idea how. But with shorts and like Instagram Reels and TikTok and blah blah, I finally like have a way to communicate with people and get people to see my game, which is really nice and convenient. And some of these videos do really well. We've had some of those crazy ones that got over 1 million. And I can see massive spikes of wish lists when these do well. So it's great to have that as a tool on my belt, you know. Twitter's back because I follow game devs and still get some random political coverage. There's so much like political stuff on Twitter. It's scary. See, I'm just working through all the comments. Hold on. It's got my confirmation. Streamer used my music for his YouTube videos and whatnot for several years now, and he double checked and there are no problems. Okay, nice. Well, that's good. I had to come back for this. I love YouTube's going through a very, 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 very rough time. Yeah, that's true. New spider enemy tonight. It was quick and easy. Let's go. We love to see it. Stuff like that is so convenient. Just so pleasant when you're like, I'm going to add this thing today, and then you get it done and it works and everything is great. I wish that was a larger percentage of game development. But most of the time it feels like it's a lot of like, I mean, it's easier, I think, early on when you're like starting out, because there's just so many things to work on. You can really focus on like the easy stuff first, but then you get to a point where it's like closer to release or more like a polished stage, and it becomes a lot of like design versus just doing. Like literally our whole stream today has literally just been like figuring out how to solve design problems. I haven't done like any programming yet. So just because I need to to figure these things out before I just start doing random stuff. But it's hard. Gotten to the point where some combat moves are really easy to slap down with existing helper functions. Nice. That's very nice, yeah. Yeah, I definitely got to that point a little bit in Starground 2, where it's like, once you have like enough of those like systems built in, you can like combine them and stuff, and it becomes so much easier to add in like new enemies and things like that. Yeah, really, it just becomes like, it's not even the programming anymore that's like the constraint. It's just the coming up with the idea of a guy to add, you know? So, yeah. You do have ads starting in 20 seconds. I apologize, guys. Yeah, Learn In, unfortunately, like it being such a short development time doesn't, I don't know if it's gonna like hit that stage where like I have all these like systems to make it easy for myself, but maybe later on when I'm working on post-launch updates or something. Grew up using YouTube. Man, it's been rough for years. Oh yeah. Too many to think it can go back to being good. I kind of agree with you, honestly. I remember how raw the platform used to be and stuff when I was a little kid, and it was so nice. Of course, we got ads now. I'll wait to talk about all the cool stuff after ads are over. Well, you can try using my stuff. I can definitely go through and take a look. I do appreciate it. Design is the hardest part of game dev. Yeah, it honestly is. The programming after a long time just kind of becomes nothing. Which is why I always think it's funny that like that's the thing that people brag about. Like, I automated my programming with an agent and I don't need to program anymore. Like, that was never the problem. So picking a font is the hardest. That's so real. I've had stuff where I've gone through like 10 different fonts and every time just like not quite right. I literally did that with Learn In too. I like threw all these different ones in and like none of them were good. And I just buckled down to, okay, make my own, because it was too hard. Couldn't find the right one. Time and money to continue developing the game. That is true. That is the harder, the ultimate difficulty with game development. When am I gonna build my own game engine? Ooh, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that. Building my own frickin' game engine. Like, it'd be a cool experiment, I feel like, someday, to just try and like explore the idea of building a game engine. But honestly, to me, it doesn't really interest me. Like, I'm more all about like the game itself, not necessarily like the systems behind it. I think there's like definitely two types of people when it comes to making game stuff. There's like people that like making games through the lens of making an engine, and people that just want to make the game part only. So making an engine seems like a lot of work, and I don't know if it would like offer me much of much ability over what like Godot can already offer me. So it's probably not worth it. Because you'd have to like be just messing with a bunch of different like rendering APIs, and it doesn't sound very fun to me. But design is hard, but I find it the most fun. For me, it depends. I feel like most of the time design for me is sort of just like a means to an end. The thing that I enjoy the most about game development is just those little moments of progress, you know, especially early on when you're first starting a project, where it's like, let's say I'm making like a game about driving a car. Like, my favorite part of working on the whole project is that first like moment when I've scrapped this code together and I can press WASD and now my car is moving around. Kind of that like period of like rapid development is just so epic. because I have that like passion, that burning motivation, and I make a bunch of art and like make things look better, and I'm like, whoa, it looks crazy and it's epic, and I did this in like one day, and then it gets a lot harder. But that's just how it goes. There's Jonathan Blow, and there's us, yeah. Game engine would probably be a bigger pain than you think. Yeah, I looked into Love and C++. Or looked into Love C. Oh, Love C and C++, but holy moly, yeah. I bet it's pretty crazy. Have you made some simulations? Yeah, not simulation games. I haven't yet, but honestly, I feel like a simulation would be like really a fun thing to explore. I watch a lot of like videos on people creating simulations and like, you know, simulating stuff and analyzing and extracting data, and it's just very fascinating. One of the forms of like simulation programs that I've always really thought was just so cool is like evolution simulators, you know, where you start with like this extremely simple like set of rules for organisms and just see what happens and how they change over time. It's just fascinating. One of these days in the future, I'd honestly love to make a video just about a little simulator tool like that, because it's so cool. And I could see also like taking lessons learned from that and adapting it into, you know, a game, also gameplay loop. Because I think that's always a really cool thing too, is seeing the world around you evolve in a way that would be a lot more dynamic than something like Factorio. Because Factorio is just a number that goes up. But I mean like literally like the ways that like the organisms move and attack you and everything like fundamentally evolves and changes over time, and they like react to the ways that you interact with them too. It can go crazy. I don't know Rain World does the evolution aspect of it like that very much. I think Rain World is really cool. It's more of like a simulation of like an ecosystem versus like an evolution. Yeah, where it's more like you're simulating like, you know, which guys eat what guys, and all of that still is like determined and like, you know, handcrafted. But I think what would be so neat is like a universe where literally nobody knows what those creatures are gonna do or look like. Like truly like simulating everything from the ground up. You know, I think would be a really fascinating thing to explore one day. It's hard. You need a lot of processing power for something like that. But there's ways you can get around that. Just don't render in the guys that aren't in sight and just, you know, pretend that they're evolving. Then when you come back to look at them again, they're evolved. Talk about a way to sink a lot of hours in something for something to break and feel impossible to fix. Oh man, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I hear you guys. Mostly joking. I'd like to maybe design small aspects of an engine as a learning exercise, like a 3D rendering, but not a full-blown engine. Yeah, no, I feel ya. I've messed with like other like rendering stuff before. It can be interesting, but I wouldn't want to make an engine. Yeah, you do that, then you realize just how much there is left for you to do. Yeah, that's the moment when you're working on a game like that, after that first like phase of working through things easy, and then you hit that wall and it's like, oh man, now I've got to like actually finish this freaking game. Simulations like high level math, cool from afar. Yeah, I feel it. No, I feel like evolution stuff like that, like the principles behind it is extremely simple, you know, where it's like, it's basically just every creature would have like a list of attributes, you know, and it's like, if they live, those attributes spread. And then you just sprinkle in a little bit of randomization every time that like a new generation is created, and you've got yourself an evolution system, basically. So I don't know, at least in theory, it feels like it's very conceptually easy for me to understand how to create an evolution simulation. I think the hard part would just be like stuff like performance and like making sure that the evolution can sustain itself without like just dying out instantly. Stuff like that. But that's the glory of evolution, right? It's such a simple concept, and it snowballs and compounds into this extremely complicated process. You know, where you get these fascinating creatures from very simple things. Love game theory. Yeah, isn't it? Prisoners Dilemma. Yeah. Those are all epic. There's a great write-up by Reddit. Just go from one of the devs, from one of the Ultima games, I think. Oh, yeah. Wanted to detail on a simulation system based on hierarchies of needs. Yeah, I watched a video by Harry K. He does like a lot of simulation videos and stuff. But he did the one that kind of has that like same thing, you know, where it's like you simulate like a creature's like brain by like choosing like what are the most like prioritized needs at any given moment, you know, where like the first one is like immediate like physical harm or something like that, and like then it just keeps going down the list, and like the last like least important one, you know. So the environmental factors, oh yeah, definitely. I think that would be really fun though, to slowly add more and more like things into the world, you know. So true randomness, I mean, yeah, not like true mathematical randomness, but you know what I mean. Basically enough randomness to where you're not going to be getting always the same creatures every time you play through or whatever. You get true randomness, just need a wall of lava lamps, so that's true, yeah. Yeah, the Cloudflare lava lamp encryption, it's pretty epic. Oh, man. I mean, I guess it gets into a more philosophical question, though, is the universe even truly random? Who knows? I don't know. It feels like it's not actually random at all. Yeah, the thing is, there's always more to add, weather, environment, symbiosis. Yeah. So you just want to simulate our universe? I mean, specifically like a world. I don't know if I'd want to do like a universe simulation. That'd be like a different process. You'd be more like simulating like physics and geology in that kind of sense, like you know, watching like a solar system change and evolve versus like living creatures. One of these days, guys, I'll make a living creature simulation. Say technically it's not random action to reaction. I mean, the thing though is like it's one of those things where it seems like it's definitely not, or like it definitely is random, and that we have like autonomy over our actions and stuff. But like if you really think about it, like the universe, the only reason anything is happening in the way it's happening is because of the specific distribution of matter during the Big Bang. So one could reasonably argue that everything is predetermined. It just really feels like it's not. But we'll never, I don't know if we'll ever be able to like fully prove it. Yeah, do a tribe simulator. Like, yeah. Something like this could be really cool too. Yeah, taking more of like a god perspective. There's some cool games that do this. It's always kind of neat. Yeah. I could totally see like exploring. One of these days, I do want to do like an evolution thing, whether it's like a society or actual like living creatures evolving, you know, eventually. It would be really fun. Like I could see doing it just in a 2D game, honestly. Because like 3D is neat, but I think to dynamically generate like 3D shapes and creatures would be a lot harder than you know, doing like 2D images and shaders. You should do microbiology. You get to do that with penicillin resistant bacteria. Yeah, it's really cool. Microbiology is epic. Just evolution is cool. Very fascinating. What about the double slit experiment? Well, the thing with the double slit experiment is like, it's just the act of observing it changes the outcome of it, but like that act of observation in and of itself could be like classified as a predetermined event that was going to happen anyways, right? So kind of like, I feel like it still could be in line with the view of the universe being predetermined, but who knows? See, that's the thing. Are we ever really going to be able to even verify it? Because it's kind of one of those like impossible things to check where like, how would we even know if the outcome that we've observed is actually random, or it just appears to be random because the only way we can perceive it, you know, you know what I mean? It's like a paradox. So it's probably impossible. It's 2 a.m. so I gotta go, but thank you again for listening to my new song. I appreciate that. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for sending it in chat. I appreciate it. I'll see if I can throw some of those into the stream playlist. Yeah, it does suggest all outcomes do happen before observation. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It's like, that doesn't necessarily mean it's random. Yeah, it's complicated. So tired. Good night. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you for coming in. Also, Woolbed, thank you for coming in. Have a good rest of your night, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry the stream was very silly, but it's, I'm gonna be honest, it's just kind of hard for me to like program when I'm so tired. I can blabber my way through a stream conversation about the determinism of the universe, but when it comes to programming, it's sometimes you get in that mood, I feel like, where it's just like, I can't. But it's fine. You're arguing that it's not random until observed. Okay, yeah. But like, see, this is the thing. Like, so, okay, let's say it's not random. Fine. But then the minute you observe it, the act of observation was not random, assuming that everything else before then was not random. You know what I mean? So it's like, if every moment in the universe was leading up to that specific time where I observed the light, and it, like, maybe it was always destined to be that outcome from the very beginning. It's just, to us, since like we don't know if it is or not, it just appears to be random. But maybe it's like time factors in to the outcome of something like that is supposedly random. The outcome line was random as 1 out of infinity happened. You mean like with the light slit experiment? I mean, how do they prove that it's 100% random? I don't know. That's the thing with proving randomness. Like, how do we know that it's, I don't know. It just seems like it's impossible to actually determine if something is truly random. I mean, that's why this is still like an ongoing, well, yeah, like, this is the thing, right? We can't necessarily prove that it's random or not. So, I mean, nobody's correct. And I don't know if anybody ever will be. So, like, maybe true randomness exists. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But it's an interesting thing to think about, though. Oh, man. And then, yeah, we were talking about decorations, and then we, so they call the perspectives of it on it. Yeah, interpretations, exactly, yeah. It's not like, that's the funny thing about science and stuff, right? Or just anything like that, is you can't, like, determine that something is correct. Like, there is no such thing as, like, being correct in terms of science. Like, you know, you can theorize that something is correct, and it becomes like a law. But then again, those things get disproved all the time. So like even something that seems super correct, like the theory of gravity, we might wake up tomorrow and somebody proves that it's false. So like nothing is ever correct. It's just our best guesses, you know? I mean, if you even think about it, anything that we think is like real or correct is just made up. We think of the universe and we describe it as like numbers, you know? But numbers aren't real. There's technically no such thing as like having one object and then having two objects. Like we have this concept for two objects, but the universe, it's not like the universe is like, yes, correct, guys, you figured it out. The number 2 is real. You know what I mean? It's not true. So. Burning through all my cloud tokens, debugging KDE Wayland. I've definitely heard that before, but I don't remember what it is. Linux. Desktop for Linux, okay. KDE desktop. Alrighty. Oh yeah, because there's like GNOME versus KDE, yeah. Interesting. Creda, let's go. Problem is, as far as we know, the universe could also be like, yes, 2 is correct, and we can't prove it. Exactly. That's the point, right? Like, we're never gonna know. There's no way to ever prove if something is correct or if it's false. And like, same with the, I mean, I guess that's the fundamental reason why we'll never know if it's random. Because even if we like make a guess and say that it is random, the universe isn't going to come to us and give us a big thumbs up and say correct. It's not an exam. We have no idea. You got 6.7 yet? I don't. Did it come out today? Because I think it's still just been like in a, you know, experimental state. Like it's coming out soon. It's in a, you know, release version 3 or whatever, like the, what do they call that? Release candidate 3. So I imagine soon we're going to get 6.7. Oh, that was for KDE. Oh, oh no, Godot's in 4. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. Sorry. 30 minutes of sleep, guys. Yeah, Godot's 4.7. Never mind. I'm crazy. For some reason the key is repeating. Is that working? So we hold down a key, like down arrow. One scroll just moves down one small bit. That's interesting. I need some sleep. I do. I really do. Who knows, maybe 1 million years universe source code study could be elementary grade. Yeah, right. That'd be crazy. If we somehow one day figured out that we were actually in a simulation in a program and we could start like deconstructing it, that would be insane. Maybe one day. Well, let's just chat quickly about the decorations. I think like a lot of the same solutions that we came up with the earlier fish becoming useless kind of applies to the decorations as well. Metaprogramming life, yeah. That'd be insane. We could just like change the laws of the universe to be whatever we want. We would definitely accidentally kill everybody. We live in an open world survival craft, right? Yeah, what if the whole universe is just like a super, like a rate path traced survival game? That'd be crazy. Be a little sad because I mean everything meant nothing. What does it mean to mean something? You know what I mean? I don't think it matters. The only thing that matters is what you think matters. The universe doesn't care. Been simulated to work, yeah. It's all just it's GTA 7, guys. We're living in GTA 7. It's crazy. If you screw your build script, I guess you're done for then. I don't know. I don't know what happens. We live on a BBG server. Yeah, guys, I'm actually hosting the universe on my OVH cloud server right now. It's always a problem with if we're in a simulation, is the world the simulation is in also. Yeah, right, like it's an infinite like simulation cycle. That's another funny thing is like if we were in a simulation, I don't think we'd ever be able to verify that. So it's just another, there's so many like, I feel like so many of these problems in physics and science always leads back to this like logical cycle or these like fallacies, you know, where it's like, if we are a simulated universe, like, is there any way to actually prove that we are a simulated universe? And so like the chance of being in a simulated universe is like the same as not being in one, but we'll never like be able to verify it. It's just, it's funny. I don't know. Or the nth dimension, yeah, kids' school simulation projects, exactly. That'd be insane if that were true. 3 out of 10, too much water. There's a lot of water. Yeah, the graphics are okay, I guess. Mandela effect verifies it for me. It's fair. I find it really funny that if the universe was a simulation, that immediately, of course, we assume that we'd be at the center of the simulation. You know what I mean? That's classic human thought thinking. Like, we draw our maps of the Earth being in the center of the entire universe and stuff. It's like, it's stupid. Like, of course, we're not the main subject. I mean, maybe, but like, let's be real. We're probably like a bug in the programming. We're not supposed to be here. Fruitly would 10,000% out of cornucopia. Yeah. Spawn point luck is uneven though. Yeah. That's true. That's true. We were for sure in a low priority sector. Yeah. Who knows? It's like there's another like civilization like playing Minecraft and we're just like in a villager hall. You know? Like they're gonna come through and just like take control and put us in our little booths. We're just NPCs, guys. So who simulated our simulators? I don't know. It is kind of insane when you really think about it. The fact that there is something, you know? Like, I don't know. I look at my hand and I'm like, my hand is here, but why? That's kind of crazy. Just the fact that there's anything, matter, a universe, time. Maybe there isn't, I know. That's the thing, it's crazy. Did I ever read the Minecraft poem? Oh yeah, I've definitely read it before. Honestly, I can't really remember it because it's probably been like a million years since I've read it. But a million years since I've read it. Like the website? Have an existential crisis? Every day. It's my human condition, guys. Yeah, the Minecraft poem, I don't remember what it's about. It's like saying, wake up from the dream. It's saying that like the real world is the long dream, right? That Minecraft is a short dream inside of the long dream that is life. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But basically Minecraft poem is simulation theory. Man, this has been a so disorganized stream. I apologize, guys. I don't know like what you guys prefer. Like Do you guys come into the stream like really wanting to see me like program and work on Lured In? Or is it just to like chat? Like, is me not doing anything and wasting, is it like a waste of time? I have no idea. Yeah, also some crazy universe stuff. Oh yeah. It's fine, we're all just wasting time. It's true, it's true. Twitch is just an illusion of not wasting time while you waste time. Yeah, well, honestly, the same could be said for anything. Same could be said for literally anything. The same could be said for life. That's crazy. It's all distraction. It's okay, yeah. We do some routine programming. It's not really fun to watch. I mean, that's fair, yeah. Yeah, I try and avoid the boring, super boring programming, you know, for stream, because it's like, nobody wants to see me there, like, sitting and rebalancing or, like, fixing bugs most of the time. I mean, sometimes bugs can be kind of interesting, but I mean, I know the cool things to watch are, like, me, like, adding content into the game, but it's hard to, like, have chances to do that all the time, you know? I think the secret to, like, making a solid game is, like, not overscoping. So you kind of want to sometimes avoid adding content on purpose, unless you are absolutely like certain that you're going to have time to fully finish it out and polish it before launch. So it always feels like one of those things. Need you rested up. I know. I do need to rest. Yeah, my sleep schedule has just been so bad. I'm not sure what to do about it. My sleep schedule is something I've, like, always had to battle. Always, you know? From the moment I was a wee lad, I would stay up way too late. It's disappointing because, like, I operate normally when I'm up at night. Like, it's not like I have decreased ability or something, or like being a night owl is like a bad thing. Like, it's just normal. I just wake up, I'm energized, and then when the sun starts to rise, I go to sleep. But like, the whole world is centered around being awake in the day. And so like, it's not that like my biology is broken, but it's just that like, there's no like, I can't, I have to work around the world, you know, which is difficult. Because it feels like it goes against like my body's DNA, honestly. Like, I just naturally want to stay up late. I can't help it. I don't know. It's difficult. I don't know how to deal with that. I always think it's funny then people that like get up early, they think I'm like, you know, what, you stay up late? Your circadian rhythm must be broken. You're wrong. You should get up early like me and actually be productive. It's like, man, it's not how it works. Even when you were younger, yeah, like it's been like this all the time. Like when I was a little kid, I would like stay up until like 3 a.m. It wasn't as bad as it is now, just because I didn't have like as much autonomy in terms of my bedtime and stuff. But like I would totally like go to bed and I just couldn't go to bed. I would be up until it's like super late and then I could finally fall asleep. So I don't know. And honestly, sometimes for me, I've been finding it extremely hard to stay asleep for like one block of time. You know? Like, for me to just go to bed and stay asleep for 8 hours is really hard. Because I always wake up again. I don't know how to deal with that. I feel like the thing that's more natural to me is like polyphasic sleep or whatever they call it, where like I sleep for like 4 hours and I get up and do some stuff and then go back to sleep for another 4 hours. Like that honestly to me feels way more natural for my body. But I can't fit it in anywhere because I have like, you know, dentist appointment or something at like 11 a.m. and then it just throws off my entire schedule and I get 30 minutes of sleep and then I'm screwed. Freaking sucks. I don't know. Or like I have to go to the grocery store before they close, but they close at like 10 p.m. and so like I can't just go in the middle of the night. I've got to like be ready to go and do stuff before everything is done. So it's just annoying. I don't know. Yeah, me too. Ever since I worked nights, been a night person. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's so interesting. Like, it's not like I'm choosing to stay up at night. Like, it'd probably be easier for me to just be up during the day, but it's just so hard. Like, every single time, it's like, whenever I have like a temporary daytime sleep schedule, without fail, it always just slowly reverts back into the nighttime schedule. It's like, even if as hard as I try, I can't do it anymore. I don't know. Yeah, vibe coded circadian rhythm, yeah. And the normal day rhythm is not actually normal. It's true, it's true. Another one of those societal constructs that are pretty funny. It says you're not productive. Obviously doesn't know what the word means. You're one of the most productive, disciplined people I've ever seen. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I do try and work hard. I think honestly part of the reason I'm able to get stuff done is the nighttime, because I'm not like constantly distracted by the daytime stuff happening, you know? Like people need help with stuff and it's just all this commotion all the time during the day. But at nighttime, everyone's asleep. So I have like an opportunity to do stuff, you know, without distraction. I think that's kind of important. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Born to live at night, forced to get up early. That's how it goes. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes getting up at 3 p.m. for the streams is kind of like really hard. I mean, especially when I get 30 minutes of sleep, but you know. Making games, most people register as, yeah, wasting time / having fun. Yeah, that's a silly thing I always think when people, whenever like I bring up game development stuff. I mean, most people are like, oh, that's cool. But sometimes there's people that are like, so, you just play games all day? Do you actually do any work? And like, I don't think they understand that making games is not at all the same process as playing a game, you know? Like, it's a completely different thing. It's like going up to like somebody, like a chef in a restaurant and being, so you just sit there and eat food all day. Like, that's not what they do. They sit there and they slave away, hard labor making the food. They're not just sitting there consuming their own product. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a silly, it's just because it's like an entertainment related thing. Or like saying that like a movie director just sits there and watches movies all day and doesn't actually make anything. That's just not how, it's stupid. It's a stupid like thought process. I don't know why people think that. I don't know, it's silly. Job is wasting time, Gamedev ain't. Yeah, I feel it. Ugh, man. I have no idea what indie dev is. Yeah, I don't think anyone really gets it. But it's fine. You guys get it though. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There are other jobs out there that are probably harder, of course. There's always harder jobs. You know? It would be harder to be a coal miner. That would be harder. But I'm not a coal miner, and almost nobody on Earth is. So it's silly to like discredit certain jobs just because they're different. Like there's not a lot of like physical work that goes into game development, but like the mental strain is enormous because you have to, it's 100% thinking 24/7 as you're working, you know. There's no like, there's not a lot of tasks with game development where you just kind of go through the motions and get to just think and relax mentally. Like, I don't get to do that. Like maybe art in like a certain sense, you know, you can kind of get into a little bit more of a flow state. But as far as it goes with like programming, you don't get to just, you know, I'm programming. I'm not thinking about what I'm programming. I'm just, that's not a thing. You have to like be there and like logicking everything out constantly. So it's tiring sometimes. And then at the end of it, you don't get like a paycheck. You don't get like a big, great work. Here's a guaranteed, you know, whatever, $15 an hour, and you get your money. It's kind of like, maybe you'll get money. We'll see what happens. You know, that's the other part of it that sucks. Is that it's just completely random. I mean, of course, it's not completely random, but like, there certainly is like there's always going to be an element to creative stuff like that. That's just kind of like something so invisible to people that you can't really like always replicate it, you know? Like you see companies that release a lot of popular games that do well every year, but it's because they've already accidentally stumbled into it. Like you look at something like Call of Duty, and like a big reason they can make money off of Call of Duty years and years and years in the future, over and over and over, is because like they've built up the reputation for it, and so it's already like an established thing. And also they like have $1 billion to spend in marketing, and they just keep reusing the same game every year. It's like if Factorio devs made like a new Factorio every year, and it's just the same game. But they changed the visuals a tiny bit or something. But indie dev is not like that at all. Because nobody knows who I am or cares. And I don't have any money. So, yeah. It's a little bit harder. I want a new Factorio. It's complicated, right? Because like Factorio is so great. I've never really found any other automation game that's kind of competed. I'm going to be real. Like I've played plenty of different automation games around, but they always just feel like I hate to say it, but cheap imitation of Factorio. I'm not going to lie. You know? It's nothing compares. Like Shapes is good. It's a solid contender. But it's just not quite there, you know? There's something so perfect about Factorio and the way that it handles everything. Like, I think it's like that like steampunk universe, you know, you get these really cool, interesting machines, and it's like just like real life enough for me to like connect with and understand the process of everything. For me, it's like, you know, I have like an idea of like what batteries are, and it's like, use this chemical crafter to make batteries, and that like there's a sense of like I can relate to Factorio a tiny bit. Other games like Shapes are like extremely abstract, and there's nothing wrong with going that route, but it's harder for me to like feel such a strong sense of progression when the technologies that I'm unlocking don't mean anything in real life, right? So that's what's been so great about Factorio. It just treads that perfect line of like, it's alien enough and familiar enough. I feel like there's like cool new things that I'm exploring the whole time, but also at the same time, it's like tangible. It's just a good, the design is pretty spot on. I don't know. And the quality of life with everything, you know, never had bugs. Well, I had one visual bug with a wall. We don't talk about that bug. But yeah, just nothing compares. It's crazy. Oh, this game did really well, didn't it? 1,000 reviews. Man, wouldn't that be crazy if Lurden got 1,000 reviews? It's not gonna happen. NixFest hasn't been going super insane on Lurden like it did with Starground. I think in recent times, part of that is just because they've changed their algorithm with NextFest in the past couple years, and also there's so many games in NextFest now. There's like 10 times the amount of games or whatever that I don't even know. I mean, a lot of it's probably just AI slop stuff. And it's not like the game's been doing bad. We've gotten 300 wish lists today, which is pretty good. But it's not like I'm not gonna double wish list count or something, you know, something crazy like that. So it's a little unfortunate. We did hit over 10,000 wish lists though, so it's pretty cool. I'll probably let everyone know in the Discord. Problem is I've already played Factorio. I want that but new. Exactly right. That's the problem. It's very hard. There is a game very similar to Factorio, I think, that's coming out by a dev that made a mod for Factorio. Let me go find. I took like a screenshot of it so I could remember what the game was called. Swarmdustry. And it's kind of like so similar. It kind of feels like a knockoff of Factorio. Just because the visual art style is like almost 100% identical. And like it's this almost the same freaking game. I mean, you can look at this and see exactly what I mean, you know. But you know, it is a game. It's like mod made in a game. It basically is. That's like pretty much exactly what this is. And I think it's like Factorio, but all of your machines and stuff are organic. One that I am excited about that hopefully will come out eventually is one called, I think it's Biofactory. And I've talked about this on stream before, but it's really neat. It's like, it's an automation game, but like everything is like an organic like part, you know? And it just seems like there's a lot of possibilities for how they could like make this game very interesting. So I'm excited for this. I don't think it's gonna have anywhere close to the amount of depth that Factorio will have, and that's okay. But at least it's something new, something different, you know? There's a potential for more fascinating, like, concepts with a game like this. So, we'll see how it goes. I don't know when it's going to come out. It says this year. I still haven't been able to get onto the playtest. I've been waiting forever to get in the playtest, but who knows when it's going to happen. See, I definitely get it. I can't completely relate, but I definitely feel like I cannot spend my time making games or videos because of endless questions and misunderstandings that would come with it. That's fair. You know, it's funny because I almost like sometimes feel the opposite, where like I feel like I can never play games because it's like I would be like wasting my time if I was playing games, which is always like a difficult thing to deal with. It's kind of frustrating how that mindset hijacks you without you even realizing, where like you begin to feel bad for not making things and working, you know? I've seen that happen a lot with people in the creative industry. And that's really the source of burnout, is because you do that for so long and then it just becomes just dreadful to continue on at all. Doing more stuff. It's difficult. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. I think also the problem is like the thing that I enjoy doing is playing games. But then like now playing games, it's difficult sometimes because you kind of just really see like all of the flaws and you look at a game and you're like, I could make a game like that. I'd rather just make a game instead of play them. But it's not like true relaxation time. You're still like working. And so, I don't know, it's complicated. It kind of sucks a little bit. You can buy this now? Why does it have a price then? Oh, because, yeah, you can buy it. Yeah, I tried Snacktorio. It wasn't really my vibe. It's like a puzzle game instead of like a survival like sandbox thing. So I just was like, not my vibe. Fracture Field. Incremental game. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I play a lot of games. I still consider Factorio the best design and executed game ever. I agree. It's a lot of AI slop. It is. There's so much. I was just kind of browsing through Next Fest a little bit today, and I was like, man, just like looking through. I mean, they have the personalized thing out now, so we're gonna see if that like kind of causes a little bit more of a boost to wish list. But just looking through so much of this stuff, you look at all this, and it's like half of these are just AI stuff, which is crazy. This game apparently has like a ton of wish lists or something. It's like a horror fishing game. Snapjaw. Fish Lab. I've seen the person doing this one. Seems interesting. But yeah, there's so much AI stuff. Galactic Pit Stop Simulator. It's crazy. Hope we don't see any scary games in here. Sandy Beach Cleaner. I've also been seeing a lot of these as direct rip-offs of other games, and I'm like, that's just literally that other game that came out. So I do want to try Over the Hill. I do want to try Restory. I've had that like play test for a long time. I never played it, but now the demo's out, so I'm just gonna play the demo. I mean, there are some neat games in here for sure. But you know, I don't know. Like, what is this game? You know, Code Terraform. AI thumbnail. Yeah, I don't know. Also, this game is literally like a ripoff of Scritchy Scratchy, which is a game about scratching lottery tickets, an incremental lottery ticket scratching game. It's literally that game, but just 3D, so that's kind of crazy. But honestly, if Crate does focus on some progression goal, it'd be really great. Yeah, that would be nice. I've seen some cool like versions of mod packs for Create. There's like the one where your goal is to create like a spaceship with Create. And I like stuff like that. It's kind of fun to have a goal for the Create mod in mind, but you know, it's tricky. I get why it's like it's kind of hard to make Create like balanced. I don't know. But it is very promising. I'm excited to see how it continues. I mean, there's still like in the alpha version or whatever, it's like version 0.6. I know there's still so much more that they have planned out and stuff, especially now with aeronautics, and there's so many add-ons people have been pumping out. It'll be exciting, I think, to see what comes next for that mod. It's crazy how we've got like add-ons for add-ons for add-ons now. Like Create is a mod, like an add-on for Minecraft, and aeronautics is an add-on for Create, and then now we have add-ons for aeronautics. So you have an add-on for an add-on for an add-on, which is just wild. I don't think any other mod that I've ever seen has kind of like sparked that sort of that level of that community around modding, you know? Like there's cool mods that have come out before, and like occasionally you'd see like a mod for a mod, but I've never seen it go 3 layers deep like that. That's like so cool. It's almost like a whole game, a whole different game at that point, which is really neat. Game dev is creative endeavor. Playing games is entertainment, so both should be done in moderation. It's true. It's true. Yeah, that's the thing that's hard for me, is to just balance between the two. I need to I need to play more games, but it's just really hard for me too sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. It's disappointing because like I buy games and I tell myself like I'm excited to play these games, I can't wait to try out these games, and then I just never play them. I have so many games in my library that are just not installed. So, oh, I lost my Stationeer save when I lost my hard drive. Well, that frickin' sucks. But yeah, there's just so many in here that I just have never even launched, you know? And it's crazy. There's just so much. Can I sort by like unplayed or like sort by playtime? Also, now that I'm in like my Steam family or whatever, I have like thousands of games. I just don't even know where to start. It's kind of overwhelming how many games I have. It's like, man, because you look at all these games, like every single game in here, you're looking at like, you know, 20 hours at least of gameplay. And so if you multiply that up by like, I have like, I think it's like 1,400 games or something. That's 28,000 hours of gaming, you know? That's 1,000 days. I would be gaming for 3 years straight. And then you look at like, that's just being awake time. Like if I'm sleeping, then that's going to be like half, I need like half the day to eat and sleep and live. It's going to take me like years and years to get through even like a small portion of my library. It's just, it's like an insurmountable pile of, it's like having all of the gold in the world. It's just so like, it's not that the things are bad. It's not that the gold is bad, but I just have so much of it, it kind of starts to mean nothing to me anymore. You know what I mean? Which is disappointing. But yeah, Abiotic Factor is one of those games I do like really want to play and finish, so because it seems cool. But it's just such a big time commitment. That's the thing that's really like become the obstacle for me now is there's this trend of games to become longer and longer and longer and more replayable, you know? And like if you launch a game and it's only 5 hours long, you get hate on that. You get hate for that. I've seen like really cool games and then it gets review bombed because people are like, I paid $10 and it's only 5 hours long. Not worth it. And it's just like, ugh. The thing is I want to play shorter games because it's all I have time for. I can't like, I look at these like massive AAA like linear story things and like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but I can't sink 40 hours into a game to beat it. Like, for example, Ghost of Tsushima, it's a really cool game and I'd love to play more of it. It's got cool mechanics. It's a cool universe. It's cool. But it takes freaking forever to do anything. Like you can sink like 5 hours into a game and you've only like gained like 5% progress. Like literally with this game, it's like I spent like 2 hours playing this and I only like completed like the tutorial. And I'm like, oh man, this is, it's just too long. I can't do it anymore. It's frustrating. I don't know what I should do to solve that. Been a long time since I found a game I truly enjoy, though. By the time I get around to playing some games I buy, I'm not interested anymore. I know, right? I do that all the time also. Yeah. Vote for Dishonored after Half-Life? That's fair, that's fair. Even Half-Life, though, is super long. I mean, we've already spent 2, like, full streams playing through Half-Life 1. That's the other reason, like, why Half-Life to me is, like, becoming like a chore, because it's taking me like days to beat the game and it's just the first one, and then I hear that like Half-Life 2 is like longer than 1 and I'm just like, oh god. I don't know if I can do it, guys. Maybe one day, but I'll be honest, I didn't have such a great experience playing through Half-Life so far. Like the first stream I played, it was like a pretty decent time. But then the next stream, man, it just like, it felt like they were building up this like perfect gameplay loop, you know, where it's like just the right amount of difficulty and like I could get through things pretty easily and like, but then it just started to feel like I was playing like a rage game, like a troll game, where it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna put a bomb here and just like kill you instantly and make you restart. Oh yeah, now like we're just gonna do this and like, oh yeah, you don't have any of your stuff anymore and we're just gonna put another bomb here. Oh yeah, this room is filled with gas, so if you like do anything, you instantly blow up and die. I'm just like, this isn't like fun anymore. Just instantly dying over and over. I don't know. And it's not even like the difficulty level does not matter at all, because it's not like the enemies that are killing me and stuff. It's just like the stupid stuff that I can't control, like a tripwire that kills me in 2 seconds. And I'm just like, man, but whatever. Play Industria. I can check that one out. Not Industrial. Industria. It's like an FPS. Oh, yeah. Pretty neat. A game that I have been wanting to play for a long time is like Metro Exodus. Just because it seems kind of neat. I don't really know much about this game, and I have no idea about any of the other previous games in the franchise. But, you know, I was just looking through it, and I'm like, huh. This looks like a cool universe to explore and travel through, you know? I don't even know what genre it is. Like, I know it's like a sandbox survival, which sounds kind of fun. One of my gripes with like first person games like this is it's kind of like, I guess there's a new one coming out now. I really do love the survival elements of games. So if it is like a survival sandbox thing, that sounds kind of fun. Like, I've always enjoyed Fallout, so. Industria is on how long to beat us? 3 hours? Okay, that's not bad at all. It is $20. This is also another thing that's become a problem, is how expensive games are. I think they have a second one. And it's, I don't know, if I had more money, it wouldn't matter to me. But like, yeah, like if it goes on like a big deep sale, and that's another thing that's funny about Steam is like, you know that the game's gonna go on sale one day, so it kind of like there's no incentive to ever buy a game at full price unless you like really want to support a developer. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I'm just like, okay, I'll follow in wish list, and then maybe one day if it goes on sale. But like, I have like 1,500 other games to play, and so I always feel bad about buying new games. It's just like constant like guilt for everything. You know? I feel bad if I do play games. I feel bad if I try to play them and buy one. I don't know, man. It sucks having like your favorite hobby become like a chore. This is disappointing. I think it was so much easier for me to enjoy games before I had to work, because I just like, there was no like, now that I work for myself, there's like, either I am making money and doing stuff or I'm not. Like when you work a job, the thing is there is like, when you're not working your job, that's your time. And there's no like, you already put in your work and you made your money and you paid the bills. You have just like time to do whatever you want. And so I feel like I wouldn't like feel guilty spending my time to just enjoy myself and have fun with stuff. But it's really hard when you work for yourself because it's not the same mindset. There is no time for myself. Like all of my time becomes the company's time, whether I like it or not, right? It's tricky. I don't know about I don't know what the best way is to deal with something like that, you know? I mean, you can say like, oh, we'll just set like, create a schedule for yourself and say you're going to work these hours to these hours, but it doesn't matter because still in the back of my head, I'm like, well, like, it's still like I'm just choosing, I'm making the decision to just not to waste my time and not make stuff and make money. You know what I mean? I feel like until I'm actually at the spot where I'm financially sustainable, it's always going to feel that way. Where it's like I'm like cheating myself by playing games and not trying to make more money. You know what I mean? Which is difficult. Yeah, the grind set is dangerous. I don't know. I really do feel like if I was more financially stable, like it wouldn't feel as bad. Because I'd be like, well, you know, I can go 2 years without having to worry about money. So it's not like I have this like pressure to immediately finish things. But I don't have that luxury. It's like I've got like no money. So it's like I have to do stuff or else I'm always going to have no money. So I don't know. It's really hard. And playing games does equal learning about game design. Yeah, one thing I find difficult though is like if I play games going into it telling myself it's just learning game design, I kind of lose the point of playing the game. Like I'm not just there to immerse myself and like interact with the world and the story. Oh my god. Funny OBS, guys. We're back, guys. OBS had a funny moment. Are we good? Can everyone hear me? Luckily, it didn't last very long. Hopefully, it didn't like create a second stream on YouTube and stuff. It always does that, dude. YouTube never went away? Okay, that's good then. All right, thank God. A lot of time when I play games, I feel like I waste my time. It's depressing. That's exactly how I feel. I finish playing my game and I'm like, oh. I could have spent 5 hours making one instead. Also find the more luxuries I come across, the less motivated I am to be productive too. The truck was great for me because I couldn't do anything fun, so being productive wasn't too bad. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know, guys. It's difficult. What I was saying before the stream died was like, if I play a game telling myself I'm gonna go into it for research, I lose like the whole point of playing in the first place. Like, I mean, there is a time and place for researching design, but for me, it's like, then I'm not really enjoying the time I'm spending anyways. So I might as well just spend that time in a more productive manner. Like doing like real, like, I don't know, you know, it's just difficult. It's extremely frustrating. I don't know what the solution is to a problem like that. If the entertainment becomes work, then it's not entertainment anymore. Exactly, yeah, it's just work. So like, it doesn't really like solve my problem, unfortunately. I wish, but I don't know. This is always what I do. I just like sit here and I just scroll through all my games and I'm just like, okay. It's funny, you can see like a specific like, you know, period of time where I just like don't play very many games anymore. Like all these games are kind of like around 2023, which is like when I started Starground, and then after that it's like just less and less. There's a couple games obviously I've played for fun, but this one was for 20 minutes. That was nothing. No, we're just gonna vote for you. What to play on stream? Yeah. We need like a way to like. I need to like add onto our overlay like it like scans my whole Steam library and it just like it creates a poll for you guys to vote on or something, you know. Now one operator. I never played it, so I don't know. I have it in my library, but it's been sitting there for 9 years. Yeah. I mean, it seems cool, but I have no idea. Competitive for me, that's fair. I think there's a number 911 operator 2 now, if I'm not mistaken. And there's all these like DLCs. So just this one, the 112 operator. Yeah, I guess this is it. It's like global. Oh, yeah, this is how it goes, guys. I just kind of go through all my games, and I have so many that it's like exhausting to pick a game to play. And I always like stumble across a game that I'm almost like motivated enough to load it up, but then I like remember the last time I played or like the reason I closed the game last time, and I'm just immediately like, oh, I'm not gonna boot that game up anymore. That happens to me all the time, and it's really sad because like I think about like you know something like Minecraft, where I'm like, I can't wait to play some Minecraft, and then I think about playing Minecraft, and it's like I realize that I'm gonna immediately not enjoy myself. It's just difficult. I don't know. Are you ready for the Valve Index? I am. Better just fine with me. I have 60 hours on Farming Simulator. Oh yeah. Farming Sim always seems like it's a cool game, honestly. I really do like that like genre of game. Like anything where it's like I'm like, and that's why I like incremental games a lot. Like any kind of game where I'm like building something up and gathering resources or money and stuff like that and buying things. Maybe part of the reason I like that genre so much is it's the only genre that makes you feel like you're being productive, right? Because like other genres, like an FPS or something, it's like this one and done thing, and then you come back to it and you're reset at 0. But like I come back to something like, you know, whatever, Factorio, and like my factory is still there, and I keep building and gaining and progressing. I think those kinds of games to me are more resistant because it emulates the feeling of being productive, even though you're not being productive. Sometimes it's hard because then my higher level brain reminds me, hey, this isn't actually productive though. You know? I have Baba Is You. Yeah, Baba Is You is cool. It's a fun little puzzle game. Yeah, I have freaking so many games. I hope there's nothing inappropriate in here. I didn't think about that. I've never bought any inappropriate games on Steam, but since I'm in the family sharing, there might be stuff in here that's like not okay. I don't know. I have to kind of be careful. Like I wonder if I have let me go check. Oh my god, I have so many freaking games, guys. Like, is it in here? Uh-oh. Yeah, I probably shouldn't go through my library anymore. Sorry, guys. I don't think I. Well, see, they're not my games, but they're still in my library because the family sharing. Uh, okay, I don't want to expose anybody. It's okay. It's not my game. It's not my game, guys. I don't buy those games because I keep my library public, and I just like the thought of playing a game like that is creepy to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's like weird. It's just not my vibe. You're not my spicy. I swear, guys. I swear. I'm not lying. I'm literally not lying, dude. All right. I need to get some sleep, so let's lock in for like 1 minute, guys, okay? Let's talk about decorations. It's okay. Next stream on Friday, we're going to be mega productive, okay? We're going to like zoom through all this stuff and get it done in 1 day, okay? So let's talk let's talk decorations, and then it's sleepy time. Oh yeah, another thing that makes me freaking tired is having to stay up in the middle of the night working on short form content. All right. So decorations, some people have expressed that they find them to be somewhat useless. And I want a way to fix that as well. The problem is like, there's a couple things with decorations that I want to be careful about. Like the same rules still kind of apply. I don't want to do anything that's like big scope creeping. Like, so here's the thing with decorations. I don't want them to feel like they're necessary to progress. Like they should always feel like they're sort of like a bonus, you know, because like forced decoration is very not fun in my opinion. I really enjoy decoration where I kind of just get to have fun and like get some little boosts and bonuses, but I don't want to feel like that it's like a big part of making money and progressing, you know? So they should be very minor bonuses. It's just kind of like a little like, hey, you can get a little thing over here because you figured something out. So I'm honestly thinking for this, and I did actually do a short on this specifically for set bonuses, where I'm thinking that we do, yeah, like what I just said, set bonuses, right? I don't remember what short that was. It all blends together sometimes, guys. I've done like 53 shorts now on Lured In. It's a lot. I think it was this one? No. I'm stupid. Oh, I think it was this one. What? Okay. There's another thing that's stupid about YouTube. It doesn't go to the video I click on. Alright, this is the video. You can decorate your building in tanks. Some people enjoy that, but a lot of people don't. Because you spend a bunch of money and then you don't get anything from them. Feel like they have to place them down and stand might be a set bonuses. For example, if you place down some pond decorations, fish from the pond make more money. I feel like I can avoid making decorations too powerful or something. Feels like a forced mechanic. How do you feel about it? So, what do you guys think about set bonuses? Like, so basically it would be like, you get bonuses for combining certain decorations, but like you only get the set bonus once. So there's not that feeling of like having to just make your whole shop just filled with like duplicates of the same decoration over and over. Because I really don't want the system to feel like it's like that, like this forced like optimization problem where it's like, well, I can make more money if I just do double the set bonus. You know, I hate when like that becomes a thing in games. It always happens. Games that like try and gamify the decoration, it becomes bad. I'm okay with a little bit of gamification because it would still feel like it's worthwhile to at least explore the mechanic. But I really want people to just like still have the freedom to feel like it's just a fun optional thing, you know? I don't care for decorations in general. Yeah, right. And that's exactly my point, honestly. Is because, right, it's like, I don't want those people to feel like they're now forced to interact with the decorations. Like, it should be set up in a way where you can just play through the game without ever touching the decorations whatsoever, and it's fine, you know? Is there anybody in stream that, like, is into decorating a lot and stuff? Just out of curiosity? Because I'd like to hear from that perspective. And I can ask on the Discord, because I know there's a bunch of people there that do enjoy just the decorating for what it is. And I'm kind of curious to, like, hear both sides of it, because I don't want to implement something that's going to kind of, like, overly cater to one end. Yeah, not personally, but I know many people are, yeah. For me, I'm maybe a little bit in between, where, like, I'm probably more on the side of not caring so much about decorations, but also, like, you know, I absolutely see the like reason people enjoy it, because I think it's fun. It's like, it's a way to, like, personalize. And I mean, I always really like building in Minecraft. I don't have to build in Minecraft, like building houses and stuff, but I just enjoy it, just the process of it and the visuals and the way that I get to express myself. And, like, those people are already fine with the decorations that are there now. So decorate, but not, like, super that I need a million options. Yeah. I totally feel ya. So, like, out of curiosity, I guess, like, then the question becomes, like, for the people that don't really care so much about the visual or the process of decorating, like, what to you then would make decorating feel worth your time? You know, because obviously there's going to be a financial incentive involved, right? Like, there's going to be a way to improve your aquarium and make your customers happier or whatever, or make your fish happier. Like, is that enough? I don't know. And I might also kind of make it a thing where decorations don't cost money anymore, because that's something I've been thinking about, and I realized that, like, they don't need to cost money. I feel like it's sort of like an arbitrary requirement that I've set, and I just don't think it works, because it's like, you kind of then are getting punished for being creative and like building and decorating your area. So it's more like something I think that I'd like to slowly give people the ability to do, you know? Okay, it's just a money bonus or visitor bonus. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I want to hear anybody's thoughts they have on it right now, because now it's kind of like my chance to solidify our plan for 1.0. And this is like one of those problems with the game that I need to solve before 1.0 comes out. So same. Okay. Yeah, it's just good to, I want to hear, like, what people genuinely think about stuff. Like, so if that's all that it really takes, then that's good to know. So I just need a way to kind of, like, just touch on both sides of it, you know? So I think what I'll probably do, and what would make the most sense here, is, like, yeah, like doing, like, set bonuses like we did with the fish too, where, like, and I think set bonuses are fun. You get to experiment, and it's fun, and you get a new thing, and now there's, like, new combinations to check and experiment with. So that would, basically the way it would be set up is, like, if you have the set bonus placed down somewhere in your aquarium, it doesn't matter if they're next to each other or not, then you get a little bonus from the set bonus. And it could be like anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be just cash earned. I could see doing something like maybe you get a bonus customer, you know, or maybe, you know, some fishing stuff. Maybe it's easier to catch fish, or there's a million things you could do, a research multiplier, you know? So I think that's probably going to be the plan. It's still like a way to give you little bonuses and reasons to mess with decorations, but at the same time, it's not like so powerful that it kind of like makes you feel like you have to place them and do them. It's like something you can just sort of ignore if you don't really care. And then likewise on the other side of it, the people that just enjoy the decorating for the decorating don't feel like they have to min-max so hard. And they can just kind of place down whatever they feel like placing. Because, you know, you can only have one of the set bonus. You can't like stack set bonuses. So if you want to optimize and just decorate for fun, you place your set bonus and then everything else can just be whatever you want. So I think that's going to be the plan. Maybe you have a decoration preset you can buy to unlock the whole set. That'd be interesting. Theme sets. Yeah. I'm thinking about something like that, right? Where there's like a couple decorations in like each of these categories. And it's one of those things where I probably won't explicitly tell people what the categories are, but it's kind of just implying, like, you place them down and then the game's like, whoa, you just found a set bonus. And then it tells you, you know, just another like basically a copy of the Fishpedia in a way. Like we'll probably have like a set bonus tab or something. Or it might be like, maybe set bonuses are something that you actually unlock via research as sort of like a more late game mechanic to explore. So talking about set bonuses specifically like in the context of earlier fish and decorations, do you guys feel like it's something that would be best explored early game or something like more post game, like after you've ascended already and stuff like that? Because I'm curious what you guys think. Because I could see going both ways. The theme, beach theme. You will not. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like, does this feel like it would be better placed earlier in the game? I don't want to like accidentally throw too many things at people, you know? That's always like a concern. So I do have to be sort of careful about how I go about everything. I don't know, I feel like bonuses are always unlock things, so after Ascension. Yeah, okay. That's sort of what I'm thinking too. Yeah. Probably gonna be the play. Alrighty. Well, I think I've got a decent little plan here then for how to solve these issues in a way that hopefully will feel good. And then, of course, we've got a million more things we're going to explore someday. I've got all these, like making the fish catching process more interesting. So we'd have, like, fish at specific depths. Also, like, specific weather patterns. So, like, maybe a certain fish you can only really catch when it's, like, raining or something. Also, I want to set it up so fish have, like, preferred types of bait. And, like, it wouldn't necessarily, like, really change the way fish are caught now. But being able to choose your bait would be like a little like, you know, now you can be, it's like a late game ascension or something, or a research where now you get to like be much more specific about what fish you want to target. Right. And especially I think if you time that along with like the set bonus mechanic, then it starts to become kind of interesting because you can go start searching for very specific fish that you haven't caught yet and stuff like that. We might even have like some special guys that are only catchable under like very specific weather conditions and bait types. So that's one of the things I want to explore. Which hopefully will make the fishing a little bit more fun and like strategic. I think one issue right now is that the fishing right now is sort of like just completely gamble mode and random. You have no autonomy as a player over what fish you're going for. And I think sometimes that can be a little like disappointing. So I want to slowly start introducing like ways to control the fishing a bit more. Just so it's not just pure gamble. Like, it's still gonna have like that gambling aspect, especially when it comes to rarity, but you can be more specific. And also, like, I want to add in like fishing lures, which would kind of be like the same thing. So let's like add all these on. Like, oh, I already said be able to choose lures. No bait is just random. Bait lets you target specific fish, right? Specific abilities you can buy and equip. That could even be tied to achievements, maybe. It's hard to say. I don't know about Starground as much as other people who've been around a lot longer, but is there technically an end to it? Or is it truly an infinite possibility game? There's no end to it right now. Eventually, I'd love to add in an ending. It wouldn't necessarily be like a, you know, a full-on like ending. It'd be more of like the ending in like Factorio or Minecraft, where it's like you beat the game and you finish it, but the game just continues on after. Like, it just becomes a part of the progression, beating the game, quote unquote. So I think that's going to be the plan for Starground. Still got a little ways to get there, not gonna lie. Hopefully, eventually. I'm really hoping to get Starground finished this year, because I just, I'm a little bit tired of it, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I need to get some sleep, guys. I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, I think, I know we didn't really do like a whole lot of programming, but honestly, I think sometimes you just need to sit down and plan, because not planning anything is how you end up. Like, what happens is you jump into it head first without planning, and then you add something into your game. And even though like it was the wrong thing to add, just because you've sunk all this time into it, now you feel like you like have to keep it in the game. This is like a thing that I always have done in the past, and I need to be better about. Is like really making sure what I'm developing is like focused and worthwhile. Because especially now, like as launch time comes up, I don't have infinite time to goof around and do whatever. Infinite time to goof around. And I need to be yeah, specific about what I do. So, but anyways, gotcha. I'm probably gonna play it more tonight or tomorrow. I might get a copy or two for my friends. Let's go. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, who do we want to raid? Whole bunch of people live right now. Oh, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. We're just about to raid out, unfortunately. Dr. Psychotic, welcome in. What were you up to today on your stream? Yeah, we were just planning out some stuff for my game lured in today. Didn't do really any programming, but it's all right. I've been just really wanting to, like, I've got a 1.0 coming out in 1 month from now, July 17th. So been really focused on like just figuring out exactly what I need to do to finish up the game and stuff like that. So make my first Godot game. Very nice. That's cool. What's it all about? 1 month into learning. Nice, nice. Yeah, what's the concept of the game? Ugh. Oh man. Just waiting here 1 second. Just looking around who's streaming. It's a simple game where we throw bouncy balls in the basket, but yeah, gravity obstacles. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, it's cool. How have you been liking Godot so far? I've personally really enjoyed it. I think it's an epic little engine. I've used Unity, Unreal, and Game Maker in the past, and like all those ones are fine, and you can make games with them. Some people make really successful games with all those, but I just personally kind of find that they're, I don't know, not as freeing as Godot is. I just love how lightweight Godot is. You know, you can boot it up and start playing, like testing and developing your game in freaking like 5 seconds. It's not like that with Unity. You have to sit there and wait 4 minutes for your game to compile, and it's just a nightmare. Fell in love instantly as someone who used Roblox as a kid. I found it really easy to get into. Nice, yeah, that's very cool. I did a lot of Roblox stuff as a kid, yeah. It was too hard. I totally feel. I felt honestly sort of the same way going into Unity. It was just so like, the UI was so dense with stuff. And I was just like, oh my god, it's too much. I couldn't handle all of it. But yeah, that's really cool. Go ahead and give you a follow. Yeah, I appreciate the raid. Sorry that we're raiding out so soon. I've been streaming on 30 minutes of sleep, so it's been rough. Let's go raid into someone. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Who do we have live? Some different people today. Manisha Gamedev. Yeah, it's been a long time. I've never seen her on before, so we'll raid over there. She's playing through Next Fest demos, which is cool. Lured in as a Next Fest, so why not see what's going on over there? All right, but yeah, thank you everybody for coming into the stream. I do appreciate it. Yeah, sorry I was extremely tired today. I will try and get more sleep, but it's really hard. Very good. This is my first game dev stream. Oh, let's go. Very nice. Well, congrats on starting all that. Yeah, I'll have to pop in and see what you've got going on one of these times. So yeah, I do really appreciate the raid. All right, let's start this raid. We'll keep the raid train going. Yeah, thank you gamers for coming in. We'll be live again on Friday at 3:30 MDT. Feel free to join the Discord. Wish list lured in on Steam. We'll play the demo for Next Fest. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for the raid, Dr. Psychotic. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's go start the next raid. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.